George,
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Sovereign Citizen Sunday. Hope everyone's weekend's going well. Today, we're taking a look at sovereign citizens, those rascally rabbits that think they can get out of traffic stops by arguing about Black's Law Dictionary with cops who couldn't give less of a fuck. So welcome. How y'all doing? Mr. Duck Sauce, thanks for a 40 stream streak, says Winter Cold Sovsit Sunday. Phoenix Leftist with a 60 stream streak says 60 streams, love the streams, and thank you, Hannah. Thank you for watching. And that catches us up. Cool beans. Is there an update on the Queen of Canada? I'm not familiar. There probably is, but I'm not familiar with it, unfortunately. So, if you want to help support the stream, you can always do so via subscriptions, tips, bits, memberships, you get it. Like the stream if you're on YouTube, and other than that, we can just jump right into it. We're going to start off with a sovereign citizen trying to go through TSA, which is airport security here in the States, for those who don't know, without doing any of the searches or the body scans, which is generally a no-no. She's going to try to use the typical sovereign citizen arguments, but on the TSA. So that's about it. Unstable Deadbeat with 27 months says, "Hey Hannah, it's sub baby number 3. Also happy Canadian Thanksgiving to all my fellow Canadians out there, other than the Queen of Canada. F her." This sub baby's name will be Princess Romana Didulo Jr. You're welcome. Any Marcel vids you can show, or is he still being Marcel? I did pull up a video that he put out. It is AI, though, so I don't know if we'll watch it. He's mostly been doing the AI stuff lately. Anyway, so let's check it out.
I have the constitutional right to travel.
Of course, yes.
And I also have the constitutional right to be free of unreasonable search and seizure.
Is she aware that the word unreasonable in that sentence is a qualifier that means that there are specific scenarios in which search and seizure are allowed? Border points being one of them, and airports, international airports especially, are generally considered that. They're basically considered the same legally as a border, and therefore they have extra ability to, like, search and stuff. Not to mention, you did sign an agreement with the airline when you signed to buy a ticket. There's like terms and conditions that you agree to when you buy a ticket to fly in an airplane, and it includes like I agree I'm going to go through security and stuff. That way you can't complain about this later. Come on now. Rick M with the 50 stream streak says, "Please protest no kings next weekend." Hell yeah.
And I am 66 years old. I've never been arrested, never been charged.
That's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Neither have I in my entire life, but I still have to go through the TSA. Does she not understand that if you just took people's word for it, and the guy even says in a little bit, he's like, I can't take your word for it. And she's like, why not? I can't imagine a subjective life experience so myopic that you cannot understand why security can't just take everyone's word for it. Like, you don't understand the incentive set that would allow a bad actor to take advantage of the assumption of trust. It's just very, very weird.
I don't have any.
Boomer moment. It does feel very like, but I'm an old white lady. Why? I understand why you have to stop the brown people, but I'm an old white lady. You can't stop me. I have human rights.
Vices other than a cup of coffee, and I don't agree to being sexually groped or raising my hands like a criminal to be scanned naked in order to exercise my rights.
Hey, fun fact, you don't have a right to get on an airplane from a private business and do it without going through the security. That's not a thing. That's not in the Constitution.
So I thought I'd tell you that, and I'd like to go to Florida today with my ticket. Here's my boarding pass.
Right.
So if you are okay with me.
When she's talking about the naked thing, she's talking about the body scanners, which don't show your naked body necessarily. It shows an outline of a generic person. And if you had like something on your body strapped to you or something, at least in theory, it'll like highlight that part of the model to let them know to go like check and make sure you don't have anything there or whatever. When they first came out with the body scanners, I know it was an issue for trans people, because for like trans women, for instance, the machine was gendered in a binary way. So if they perceived you as a man, they would set it to male. If they perceived you as female, they would set it to female. So like a trans woman might get in the machine and then it would detect like you have something strapped to your crotch and it's their penis, right? So they ended up changing the machines a little bit after that. But I know when they first came out, there were some issues. I don't know what their current state is. Fenekigami says, this is even worse these days because currently the TSA aren't getting paid, just like ICE isn't. Isn't it nice living in a functioning and not at all crumbling state? It's great, right?
Getting on the plane without those violations, we're good.
What if you have a strap-on strapped to your crotch, like a packer? You're almost describing a packer. That is a thing. And I don't know. You'd have to ask a trans man. I don't know.
I should get your name and all that and remind you.
All right, so we don't.
How much you want to bet this woman voted for George W. Bush, who implemented all this TSA security? Maybe.
Seize anything. If you have something in your bag, you are free to take it out, or you are free to surrender it to us. So we do not seize anything. All right.
Well, I mean, well,
you have a right to come back out and take your item back out and do what you need to do with it.
Oh boy. I don't think I have anything that you would seize. I don't even have a thing of water.
Seize.
Well, I know that I've had a fresh bottle of water taken as if it is.
Okay, ma'am, that's not a seizure. That's you agreeing to throw it away, otherwise you can't go through security. That's not the government seizing it, because in theory, it's not practical, really, that you would do this, but what you could do is say, I actually really care about that bottle of water, so I'm actually going to take the bottle of water and I'm not going to get on this flight. I understand that that's not a practical thing to do, but it is not the government seizing anything from you. It's the people who work at this airport who happen to be contracted by the government saying, hey, as per the rules of the airport, as per the rules of the airlines and the rules that have been set up for TSA, you cannot continue to your flight with that object. And you then have the choice to throw it away or to go and not take the flight. It's not a seizure. It just isn't.
is a hazardous material, and
Right.
it most certainly is not.
Right, but you had the option to take that water out. You didn't have or surrender it to us. That's the way it works. We don't seize anything.
Well, I don't think we're going to have that issue today since I
Good.
don't have any water.
Excellent.
But if I did, that would be an added thing that we deal with. But because that actually comes under piracy.
Yeah, well,
No, it doesn't.
it doesn't, because you have the option to go back out and you
Well,
take your item with you.
Let's leave the invisible bottle of water aside.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
So
see.
just to let you know, if you have to come back through this point, you either have to go through our full body scanner or you have to receive a full body pat down. So
Let's see. Okay. So I have a pen.
what do you have?
I have a pen.
A pen? Okay.
A pen, and I'm going to get it out. And this is about my constitutionally protected right to travel, and I hereby invoke and refuse to waive.
I haven't seen the end of this video. Did they let this fucking lady through without doing the pat down? If they let this goddamn Karen piece of shit get away with this by just annoying people to death, I'm gonna lose it.
All unaided.
They don't? Okay, thank God. Just people annoying people into getting their way. I have zero tolerance for it today.
Inalienable rights as instructed by United States Constitution and Bill of Rights and the Constitution of any one of the several states, and every government public servant is bound by oath to uphold and protect. You understand that, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, do you have a warrant to search me?
They don't need a warrant. If you want to get on the plane, you have to volunteer for the search. If you don't want to get searched, don't buy the plane ticket. You don't have a constitutional right to use private airlines.
We search people via it's called a administrative search. So it's like coming up to, we're looking for specific things. If we don't find those things, you're good to go. It's almost like coming up to a DUI checkpoint. They're under the same amendment.
Yes,
So-
but
She annoys everybody and slows everything down and has 4 people escorting her through. No, through though. That's what I'm saying. Do they say, okay, lady, go get on your plane? Because that's absurd, and I hate these people if they do. The answer should be no, you don't get to go on the plane. You aren't special. You don't get to ignore the rules because you're an annoying white lady. I will lose it. I will lose it. I cannot handle this kind of shit.
So
as I said,
everything is
I
posted
said,
out here before you come in.
I don't have I don't have a drinking problem. I've never come up to a
Okay,
DUI.
that's fine. But
I
we
do.
don't,
I'm gonna be honest, it's more embarrassing that you came up with this sober.
we don't take people's words on it. We have to make sure before somebody gets on the plane, unfortunately.
Well,
So-
why don't you?
Because
Why don't you? I'm gonna guess, based on the fact that this is an old white lady, that if a guy named, Muhammad Abdul whatever walked up and he's like, I'm just gonna get on the plane now, I'm assuming she wouldn't be cool with that because she's probably an old racist white lady. But she assumes that because she's an old white lady, she should just get to go through. Because that's her God-given right.
that would be kind of not a good idea in our profession if we had to take everybody's word that I'm fine, yeah.
Midnight with a 7-stream streak says, Sopsits are a funny bunch. Anything government they like, they take. Anything they don't like, they claim it doesn't apply to them.
Let's look back at the reason why TSA
Yes.
was begun.
Right.
It
Oh no! I'm gonna hate this. I'm gonna hate this.
was begun because of the 9/11 Commission, the recommendations, right?
Right, yes, definitely.
So let's look at those recommendations.
So what exactly?
I'm sorry, she brought a printout of the 9/11 Commission recommendations. Fuck this woman.
don't you want to do? You don't want to
I don't want to be filled up, and I don't want to raise my arms and be looked at naked.
Okay, so first of all, ma'am, you're in your 60s. No one wants to see you naked. So maybe get the fuck over yourself. Random strangers are not going, ooh, look at that old racist white lady in her 60s. I sure do want to see those floppy tits. Not happening. Not happening. Secondly, don't buy a plane ticket then. Don't buy a plane ticket if you don't want to go through airport security. Take a train. I don't know what to tell you.
In order
we don't see anything at all. There's just a puff person there. I can show it to you after if you go through our machine. It's not. We don't see it under the clothes.
I don't see any reason why I should be raising my hands like I'm a criminal when I'm not.
It's to scan, you dumb bitch. You think that they have you put your hands up in the scanner because, like, hands up, don't shoot. I'm a criminal. It's because your arms will get in the way of it scanning your torso. Are you dumb?
I'm an upstanding citizen, have been for 6 years, and intend to be for the rest of my life. And I also intend to uphold the law.
Would you feel better getting a pat down?
No, I feel sexually assaulted. I've done it before.
Okay, guess you shouldn't have bought a plane ticket then.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Serenity now. Freyline with 40 bits says, my dad's mom was super weird about security until she realized anyone could get on a train without being searched. Once she realized brown people weren't searched on trains, she shut up real quick. I hate racist people. I'm so tired.
Okay.
So I'm just, I came ahead of time.
Okay.
And I guess the first stage is to get your name and badge number and to ask you these questions.
Badge number? Do they even have those with the TSA? Like, maybe they do. I just wouldn't assume it automatically.
I didn't.
I'll get my manager out here.
Oh, you aren't the manager?
Yeah. Would you mind waiting?
No, I thought you were the manager.
No, I'm the supervisor. But
Well,
I'll get a
Super's
manager.
pretty good.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you so much. Are you the manager?
Oh yeah, this is recent. They have the propaganda videos of the fucking lady blaming the Democrats for the shutdown. So this was recent. Oh, fuck. These TSA people aren't even getting paid right now when they have to deal with this lady.
Dear Emily Payton, I hope so. I'd like to, first of all, may I get your name? I'll tell you what I'm writing in. I'm writing your name, your badge number, and your jurisdiction.
Can I ask, what are you looking for, ma'am?
Oh, I'm looking to travel with my inherent right to travel, to be free of search and seizure. As I explained, is it Gary? Carl, sorry.
All I'm learning is that if you want to do a terrorist attack, apparently you just recruit an old, obnoxious white lady and they let you do whatever you want.
Carl, I have been traveling the past few years. I am 66 years old. I've never been arrested, never
It doesn't matter.
been convicted, never been charged.
What does that have to do with you?
This lady needs to be put in a home, and not a nice one, like a bad one, where they steal your shit.
traveling today, ma'am?
It absolutely does do with my reputation and my right to travel without unlawful.
This
search.
lady's making me so mad. I know I'm a broken record, and I know it's just obnoxious, but she's making me so mad.
Without a warrant. So I would like very much to get on my plane without being sexually assaulted and without...
Okay, it's not sexual assault, and if you feel that way about it, I guess you need to find a different way to travel. I don't know what to tell you, ma'am.
having to assume a position of criminality with my arms over my head for you to look at me
Fucking
naked through a
fuck.
scanner. So I
We don't look at you
came...
naked through a scanner, but unfortunately you won't be able to come through security if you're not screened.
Well, I realize you would say that. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to get
You have
your...
my information?
Yes, please, and I'd like to put you on notice. Your name, is this how it's... Your first name is Jamil?
Right there, man.
Jamil.
Gothgeek Gaming says, "Happy Sunday to you, Hannah. I was hoping you were going to cover this when I first saw it. First airport sob said I've ever seen anywhere. I've seen them in the airports before, or videos of them in airports. I've seen one video of them complaining before the security, but they didn't get to go through because they refused to. And I've seen Glenn get yelled at the airport, but he wasn't going through security. He was just loitering, basically. This is the first one I've seen that's this in-depth."
Davis Fennel. Is that right?
Fennell.
Okay. So what's your last name?
Davis Fennell, as it's written, man.
Okay, thank you. I didn't. Okay.
It's an old. Is she so old she doesn't understand the concept of hyphenated last names?
Your badge number, please.
It's on the badge, man. You just have to read it.
Where's the number?
Right there, man.
I'd have to see it closer. Could you read it to me, please?
Can you read my badge number, man?
Not easily. The reflection's going all funny, so if you could tell me
Why is she demanding he read it for her?
I put the right one in.
I give you my name. Is there anything else I can do for you, man?
Yes, I'd like your badge number,
And I
please.
gave you my name, man.
Aren't I permitted to have your badge number?
No, ma'am, I gave you my name. That's sufficient. If you need further information when you file your complaint, you can give them my name.
Okay, let's see. Should you choose not to complete this form, be advised this matter may proceed to adjudication. What's your jurisdiction?
As far as
What's your jurisdiction?
What's
That's
your
the question.
Ma'am, you are choosing to go through the airport. Look, court, like, how do I explain this? When you're talking, like, okay, I'm so overwhelmed. Give me a second. Okay, so at the very least, when they start doing this in court, there's a level of, like, it's all stupid what the sovereign citizens are doing, but at least there's a level of, you are forced to come here, right? You were given a directive that you need to come to court today, or else. So, like, questioning the jurisdiction is silly, because you should understand the basics of how, like, jurisdiction is derived as a citizen. But at least I understand you were forced to go there, right? On some level, you feel you're like, why do you have the right to tell me what to do? This isn't even close to that scenario, because you voluntarily bought a ticket for an airplane, and you knew and agreed to the terms and conditions of that purchase, which included going through airport security voluntarily. You chose to come here, and now you're asking the people who work here? Well, who gives you the right to do these things I literally agreed for you to do? You agreed to it! You agreed! You agreed to it already! Jimmy Tea Time, thanks for 25 months. Thank you very much.
Question.
my jurisdiction.
Yep.
Well, I am a security manager here at Bradley, if that's what you're asking about.
Okay. That's not exactly what I'm asking, but we're at Bradley.
Yeah, you're asking a bunch of nonsense, ma'am. You're asking questions that don't make any sense. That's why people are confused.
And let's see, do you agree that by your agency oath, you are to uphold...
I'm sorry, oath? Maybe does the TSA take an oath? Like, I genuinely don't know. It wouldn't be my assumption that they do.
Hold and defend the Constitution.
Ma'am,
Wait,
would you like
don't
to
inter-
go through the security
please don't
process or
interrupt
not?
me.
Look at her fucking wagging her finger like, no, don't interrupt me. Lady, you have wasted everyone's time. The fact that they haven't told you to go kick dirt is incredible. You should be thankful they haven't already kicked you out of the airport.
Because I have other things I need to attend
well,
to.
I need to uphold my own rights, so please let me
Okay,
finish.
well, can we do that outside the screening area? Because I have passengers coming in. So if you're not
Just
going to
let me
come
finish
through,
this
I would
sentence,
like you
please.
to step out this way.
Please don't interrupt me for this one sentence, and that will be civil, and then
If
I
you
will
would
be
Okay.
civil with you.
Ma'am, please shut up and go away. Is that civil enough?
I will come here to an area where we're not around other people, so we can have a little bit of privacy. So
I don't need to. This is all about privacy. So let me just finish this, and then I'll give you this part, and then. So what I wanted to ask you is, do you agree that by your agency oath you are to uphold and defend the Constitution for the United States of America? Yes or no? Check one,
I'm
please.
not signing your form.
Check one box. Fill out my... Hi, I'm here to ruin your day. I know you're not being paid right now, but also I'm old and white and racist and and narcissistic and think rules don't apply to me. Will you please check my nonsense form I got off Facebook? She votes in every election. You just know it, don't you?
Okay.
So would you like to go through the security checkpoint or not? Because if not, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Well, here, this is for you.
I'm all set in any documentation, but thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, so you refused. So refused. Okay. So, are you going to prohibit my right to travel without being sexually assaulted?
I'm going to encourage you to go through our security process as your Fourth Amendment right is. If you choose not to go through, then I cannot permit you through the security checkpoint.
Do you know the Constitution about the Fourth Amendment right?
This
I would like to
lady.
travel.
Then I would encourage you to go through the screening procedures with the drop your boarding pass, ma'am.
Okay, the Fourth Amendment is the right of the people to be secure in their
Right, and no one is making you do that. What doesn't she get? No one is making you be searched. You, if you want to use this private service that you paid for from a private company, Spirit Airlines or Delta or whoever you bought a ticket through, then this is part of the thing you agreed to. If you don't want to be searched, walk away. Get a refund on your ticket if that's still something you can do. Does she not understand the difference between involuntary things and voluntary things?
Houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable search and seizures, and without any warrants. So you don't have a warrant to search me, right?
They're not saying they do.
Correct.
But you're not going to allow me to get on without searching me, right?
There is no search, ma'am. You haven't been touched. You haven't been screened.
Well, without...
There's no guarantee that you will be searched or you will be screened. You're going through the same screening procedures that everybody else would be going through, ma'am, in order to safely travel to your destination.
Just because...
If you are refusing to go through screening, which it sounds like you are, then unfortunately I will not be able to allow you to come through the security checkpoint.
Well, what I would...
There are other means of travel that are less evasive if you would like to try those other means.
Let me just say one thing, and I do intend to get on my plane, even if you put me through sexual assault to do it.
Well, nobody will be sexual assaulted.
So, I can't say what I want to say. I am disgusted that this woman is comparing being pat down at the airport to sexual assault. Fuck her. Fuck this. What a terrible person. What an awful person. Everyone in her family must hate her. Can you imagine how terrible this person must be in day-to-day life? Like, this is their fucking attitude?
And, well, if I touched you in your privates, you would say I did.
Well, there would be no...
I'm sorry, is she under the impression that they finger you at the TSA checkpoint? Like, what does she think that this is? What does she think this is?
Touching, because it's a gender, and I'm not a female, so I would not be touching you, nor would you be touching me, because I assume that you are not a male. Therefore, you are not trained in the TSA screening procedures.
Administrative search.
So...
Well, it's still a violation of the Fourth Amendment.
No, it's not! It's just not. It objectively is not. You don't have to do it. The government isn't making you do it. If you want to utilize the service of these private companies, then you have to go through it. You signed a thing saying you would. If you don't want to, don't buy the ticket.
It absolutely is if you don't have a warrant.
Would you like to go through, ma'am, or are you declining straight?
No, I need to get on my plane.
Okay, so I
All right, you should probably not make it so difficult then.
urge you to place your property into the bin so it can be screened for X-ray, and then you can proceed over to the scanner.
Yes, and I will be taking the names of whoever is going to be stroking me because
You want the names?
interfering with my right to travel, and I will be following through with a claim.
Yeah, they should just have trespassed her at this point. I can't believe this goes on for like another 20 minutes. At this point, it'd be like, ma'am, I'm not arguing with you about this. Either go through the security like everyone else, or we're trespassing you. Like, period, end of. This is not a discussion.
Would you like to go proceed to putting yourself through the X-ray, ma'am? You will
As
need
a
to remove
second-
the
as
you'll
a
have to
second-
remove the camera as well, just so you're aware of that before you go through screening. So I'm just giving you a heads up.
I understand you want me to remove a lot of things. Do we get to keep our shoes on now,
Yes,
though?
ma'am, as long as they don't alarm. However, if your shoes do alarm the advanced screening imagery, they may be asked to be removed. So I'm just giving you a heads up.
So you are additionally gathering biometric data?
Ma'am, you're going through.
I don't think it's biometric. That's not what that means. That would be like fingerprints or retina or something that could be used to identify you. The scanner's not scanning biometric data.
Imaging. If you would like to proceed, I need you to put
No,
yourself through the
I'm not
X-ray.
going to raise my hands like a
Would you
criminal.
are you requesting a pat down? Is that what you're requesting? Because that is the only other alternative.
I
have for you at this
understand
time.
that. I understand that. But both of them are violations. We'll take the latter.
All right. All right. Which would you like to do?
The latter.
All right. Can you please go get in line with the other passengers and place your stuff through the X-ray?
Well, thank you very much, and we'll pick this up on the other side.
Possibly, but I can't guarantee that. Have a good day.
Well, I can guarantee you that I'm going to follow through with this. Government's gotten out of the box too far.
Shut up.
Did you know that the 9/11 Commission does not recommend doing this to Americans?
Here we are. Okay.
If you go into the recommendations, they actually only recommend screening foreign people.
Ma'am, if you're not going to get the screening, we're going to need this.
Wow, ma'am. Great. That's so cool that you just think that domestic people can't ever do terrorism. That's awesome. You're nailing it. You're nailing it, ma'am.
Out, okay?
Thank you, dear, for reminding me.
What's important, guys, is that she still thinks she's right and that she's the smartest person, and everyone else should just do what she wants, and that would just make everything better.
I just was sharing with this gentleman, if you go and search
Shut up! No one cares! They hate you! I hate in a scenario when everyone knows everyone in the immediate vicinity hates someone, but they won't take the hint. And it's always old people, virtually always. Whenever I've been in that scenario in real life, it's insufferable old people. Who like, they'll try to start talking to a secondary person and get them on their side to try and get some sort of, like, support, and the other person is clearly uncomfortable and does not want to engage with them, and everyone knows, except for the oblivious old person.
the 9/11 recommendations, nowhere in there does it say...
All right, ma'am, well, I don't know what to tell you. 9/11 was almost 25 years ago, when your brain probably worked a little better. It's a lot later than that now, and that's not what the policy is. So please get searched or go away.
treat American citizens as if they are criminals. It specifically speaks of foreigners and Muslims, and in fact on the 41 recommendations, points 17 and 18 are about respecting civil liberties. And this is a right. So I just,
Unless they're a Muslim, is what she just said, basically. We have to respect civil rights if you're American and white and Christian.
felt like we need to start standing up for our rights. So I can't shut this very easily. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, dear. And here, if you
How's
like,
that?
you can lift it up because it's super heavy.
Watch out.
Yeah.
I'll get you some bins as soon as they're ready.
Okay, thank you very much, Paul.
No problem.
Appreciate meeting you this morning.
So nothing in your
You
pockets,
too.
right?
So you're gonna put your bag in here. If you need help lifting it, just let me know.
Do I think she knows everyone around her thinks she's a nut? No, I think if anything, she thinks that people around her who are hearing the conversation are like impressed by her.
Thank you.
It's actually a thing with conspiracy theorists that they have a tendency to assume that more people agree with them than actually do. They have a tendency to believe that their opinion is secretly the majority opinion, so I would imagine it works pretty similarly here. She probably thinks other people are looking at her and hearing her and going like, I wish I had the bravery to do that.
And if you'd be so kind, your jacket and empty your pockets, please. You can put the jacket in there.
Yes, I don't want to take out everything from my
Oh,
pockets.
yeah,
if I
don't. Put
have
the whole
to.
jacket in there. That'd be easier.
What a
And your pockets are
narcissistic
empty
freak.
if you have any.
I do not.
All right. Perfect.
And let's see. Walk with this?
You can hold it in your hand if you want, or you can put it in your bag. You don't really need to show it to us.
Okay. We've got more to do now. I was really hoping I could get my way
What
through.
do you have in your
Oh well, go fuck yourself.
in the
No.
here?
Oh,
That's
this is filming you.
I know, but that's going to show up as an anomaly. I'm going to let you know right now if you go through the full body scanner. So
I'm
they're-
not going through the full
Oh,
body scanner.
are you getting a pat down or?
Well, that's the only other option. I don't.
Okay.
I prefer neither, but we've made that clear already.
Right.
How did the kitty litter go over? I thought it was delicious. And other people tried it, so that's good.
So,
But it's your choice, so you have to pick one of them.
For those that needs context, we had a charcuterie board party that we go to every year, and there's different themes. And this year ours was like a dessert parfait, but made to look like a litter box with cat poops, but the poops were brownies.
We don't.
I had there's three choices. I
Yeah.
didn't get to pick the one that was my right.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, if you're traveling, we have to screen you.
That's your job, but it's
Yeah.
you ought not to be violating the Constitution to do it.
They're not violating the Constitution. Fun fact.
It's up to us to hold up the Constitution. I understand you got a family to feed, but so
I understand. So they're gonna pat that area down because there's something there. They'll probably ask you to remove it so they can see what it is.
that's all right.
Just to let you
All
know.
right, and then they can look right in it, and I'll say
Okay.
smile.
She's terrible.
Hi, good morning.
What's your name?
My name is Brenda. How are you?
Brenda, good. I would like to get your name and badge number if I.
Fuck this lady. Kick her ass out. What are we doing? Why are we even engaging with this?
May. Brenda Steed.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I can. Where would you like to go?
Well, first of all, I need your shoes off because you're going to get patted down, so I need to have your shoes off for the pat down, correct?
I thought shoes were allowed lately.
Well,
The shoes are allowed if you're going through the body scanner. You're not going through the body scanner, so they're having you take off your shoes. That was explained already. Is your brain rotting mid-conversation? Have you checked your ears for leakage?
they are, unless you opt out of the equipment right here, and then I'll be patting you down. So in order to do the pat down, the shoes are required to be off.
Why is that? I've never gotten patted in on my shoes before.
No?
They're checking to make sure there's nothing in them. Holy shit.
No, not.
Do you need a chair? Are you all set?
My shoes have never been part of a pat down.
She's willing to take it out once.
Jay's a Proxy says, F you, lady. There are actual brown shirts in the US and TSA ain't it. Oh, you know she fucking voted for Trump and is like a huge fan of ICE too. I guarantee it. I am gonna speed this up because it is taking forever, so I will speed this up for us. Let's go 1.5.
this is, I have the constitutional right to travel without, if you had a warrant for my search, that would be fine, but you don't.
Ma'am, you're stupid and don't know what you're talking about. Please just do the search so you can stop bothering these poor federal employees who aren't being paid right now. H. Baird says, fun story about anomalies for a trans person at TSA. I went through once and my crotch alarmed. Then I told the TSA person I was trans, so they just had me go through again, and the next time the bra sent off the machine. Later, when I was flying, but it was soon after bottom surgery, the pad I was wearing set it off, so sometimes you can't win. Aw.
So camera 2 has to go through the x-ray.
I'll give it to this gentleman.
Okay.
Here, you can carry it through, but I don't want it to be, I don't know what the thing could do.
Okay.
All right.
My hand. I'll take it. Do a hand check on it, all right?
Don't undo it.
No.
Yeah, and I just want you to know your name is, what's your first name?
Brenda.
Brenda Steve. Thank you. I consider this a sexual assault, but I need to travel.
All right, we're gonna send your stuff through, okay? You wanna watch it?
Deranged lady.
Just look at that very thoroughly.
Yep.
Hey, fun fact, you know how I know she doesn't consider the pat down a sexual assault? Because I've never needed to go on a flight so bad I subject myself to sexual assault to get on it. So shut up, lady. You don't actually feel that way. You're using intense language of trauma in order to try and get your way because you're a child.
Morning. How are you? Good. Yeah.
She goes through the security anyway. I can't fucking believe that she wasted everyone's time and made this big deal and she just does it anyway.
Good.
Sorry.
It's all set ready for you when you're ready.
So what I want you to do is hold that for us. Thank you so much.
All right. So I'm gonna explain to you guys this, okay, that I have to. So I'm gonna pat down your flow area. I can do it here. We can go private screening within a female office. I can do it here.
I'm not ashamed. I think you ought to be doing this.
What the fuck, bitch?
Of my rights. And your name is Brenda Steve. And I will inform you that I'm going to carry this through with a complaint because I believe in our...
Great, you do that complaint, ma'am. It'll go far.
Clearly stated as I told Gary and I told Mr. Fennell that I have never been...
I don't need the speech. Do you want to be pat down so you can get on your stupid flight or not?
You guys want to film this? So you guys want to film this?
But we know that we're in this big cover, you know what, government. So I'm going to do my job.
Has she never flown before? No, she probably does this every time.
Anything else you want to disclose to me before we begin?
I'd like people to realize that our Constitution is the highest law.
Mandrake PoE says, someone asked about Romana Didulo at the beginning of the stream. In case this is news, per CBC, she's scheduled for a preliminary hearing on March 26th and not allowed to leave Regina. Oh, okay.
And you are bound by oath to respect and look up the 9/11 Commission's recommendations because in it,
it's a very interesting thing.
have you read that whole thing? Oh, good, because you know that it's not the Americans that they're concerned about.
All right, ready? Arms up, just like this, okay? I'm going to start from the back.
No. Excuse me.
I'm going to lift your shirt just a little bit with the waistband, and then I'm going to be pulling it just a little bit away from your body.
Also, fun fact, I can show it on YouTube. It's not sexual assault.
Here's one. Why did you get the comment thing?
Also, she considers it a sexual assault, but she uploaded it to YouTube.
If I came up with this to anybody, I would be charged with assault.
do you know that Americans are not the ones that
Shut up! Shut up! No one cares!
are being endangered
Well,
of rights?
yeah.
Except for after you allow a lot of people in this country without.
Huh? Yes.
Gonna close the meeting, you go.
Have a good trip.
Yes.
Alright, go fuck yourself, lady. Hope to never see you again.
It's uneventful from here on in.
All right, hon, you're all set with me.
Thank you. What did I tell you?
I know.
I am an upright citizen. I did not deserve to be.
Okay, shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! They are so done with you! Go away! Get on your stupid plane and fly to your stupid place of landing! Words!
It looks like one for back.
Yeah, I'm missing one.
Right over here.
It's an angry day.
Over here. Watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Is this your bag?
That is my bag.
I gotta take a quick look inside, okay? Anything
Just-
sharp or dangerous?
No, be careful of the eggs.
You're taking eggs on a flight? Are you psychotic? Why do you need eggs? Do they not have eggs where you're going? Why do you have eggs? Why are you taking eggs in your carry-on? Why are there eggs? Why does she have eggs?
There's a dozen eggs for my chickens in that bag.
Okay, you're bringing someone your chicken's eggs. Okay, great. I'm sure they don't have chicken eggs where they live. It's only the most popular beast that people fucking domesticate on the planet. H-Baron says, I'm sick to death of these motherfucking eggs on this motherfucking plane.
As I'm doing the search, I would like for you not to reach over, okay? It's over 3.4 ounces.
But it is not a hazardous. You would agree it's not a hazardous material?
I don't actually know.
Ma'am, this is not where you argue this. I think that we've all heard plenty of early 2000s stand-up bits about the stuff at the airport, about the liquids. We are aware. That's not the point. The point is you are not going to change the policy standing here in line. Is your toothpaste explosive? No, most likely it's not. But you're not going to get anywhere arguing with the TSA agent about this. You shouldn't have brought the toothpaste. You haven't been able to bring toothpaste like that in a carry-on for decades. You should know this. Learn the rules and do the rules. None of these things are huge problems. None of these things are damaging your rights. Just don't bring giant toothpaste! Gothy Gaming says, do you think Sobseds do this when trying to get a new job? We need a copy of your social security card for your ID for your file. I cannot due to the Constitution. Some of them do actually do that, and it makes their employment opportunities very difficult because they only end up working for people who are comfortable paying under the table, which is illegal.
You are saying that that's a closed tube, unopened, of Tom's toothpaste.
Okay, that's what it appears to be. I don't actually know. It's over 3.4 ounces. It's under the LGA, liquids, gels, aerosol.
Yes, can we look at that clause right there,
Oh,
please?
fuck, really? It's a tube of toothpaste. It's a tube of toothpaste. Buy another one. They have more toothpaste.
Because I was looking at that and I noticed on
Oh,
that clause,
she's got a binder!
incidentally, here's our amendment, that you should know. Let's see, where's that clause? Right here. It says, hazardous materials include explosives,
compressed gases, flammable liquids, solids, oxidizer, poisons, corrosives, and radioactive materials. Example, paints, lighter fluid, fireworks, tear gases, oxygen.
It doesn't matter. You're not allowed to have containers that have liquids over a certain amount. That's the rule. Holy shit.
Bottles and radiopharmaceuticals.
Yes, but any liquid, gel, or aerosol over 3.4 ounces is not able to come through the checkpoint. So if you want to keep, you have to go out and check your bag with the airline. You can go put it in a car if your car's out front.
But, shut up.
Someone that's not traveling, or you can put it in your check baggage.
But my question is, are you saying that a new tube of Tom's toothbrush?
They don't know that's what it is. It's not the job of the people at the TSA to be making qualitative judgments about every piece of liquid that comes through. The entire purpose of having it not below a certain amount is to make it more difficult to conceal other liquids under the guise of something like toothpaste or mouthwash or a bottle of water or whatever. Obviously, no one is saying that your toothpaste is dangerous. The point is to create a broad rule that makes it more difficult to smuggle certain things onto the plane. Now, you can have a discussion about whether you think that's worth it or realistic. That's fine. I'm not saying I think all the TSA rules are reasonable and working as intended, but it just is what it is. And if you want to go on an airplane, you're not going to argue your way out of their rules.
We don't know it's a new tube. It appears to be.
Well, then you can check out that it's a new
the rules
tube.
are you have to go out and check the bag. You can go give it to someone not traveling. You can go put it in your car. If not, it cannot come through the check-in.
But if I go, I have to go through this whole thing again.
Yes, that's only up.
But let me look at this. It says there are special... Excuse me, don't interrupt me, please.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Wow, she's terrible.
I mean, it's hard enough. Let's try to be civil.
I'm being very civil.
You be civil, you goddamn narcissist!
Your options. Your options is go check the bag.
Yeah,
Put it in your car.
well, I'm going to write your name down, please, if I may.
You may, of course.
Wow, you're just gonna write down, why don't you just get the names of everyone working at the TSA in the whole country? I'm sure anyone that you interact with you're gonna have a problem with, so you might as well get the list ready.
Because what you're doing is, number one, you're doing an example of piracy. Where's my thing?
Piracy! The pirate stole my toothpaste!
Because you're
It's alright, they have scurvy, they need it.
taking something that
Actually, Hannah, scurvy's caused by a lack of vitamin C. It has nothing to do with the actual oral health. I'm aware!
is obviously not hazardous. Sure you are. You're seizing it from me. I am not free to go on the plane unless you seize something that I have. And there's nothing that I have that is endangering anybody. That is a brand new box of Tom's. Well, I can move this over. I'm looking for. Excuse me. I'm looking for my pen.
I can offer you a pen if you'd like.
Oh, wonderful. Please do.
Your options. What would you like to do with your item?
I'd like to write down his name, please.
In the meantime, ma'am, what would you like
Can I have that pen?
I haven't watched Kamen Rider Zets yet. I know it's on YouTube. I haven't gotten a chance to actually watch it yet, though.
Can you let them know what
I do plan on it.
your item, and I will gladly give you his name. You can either
Amari.
abandon your item,
I've got a pen over here.
check it, mail it back to yourself, or put it in the car, or give it to somebody not traveling. What would you like to do, ma'am?
Well, obviously you guys are seizing it.
We're not seeing it because we're giving you the options.
Are you voluntarily abandoning your item?
You are, in order for me to continue on my travels, you are seizing a brand new thing of toothpaste, which is, don't overtalk me. That's a really valid thing to do, to overtalk me. That is really,
She is so rude. She's terrible.
that's really, are you into dominating? Is that your thing? Because I'm into civility, where we listen to one another.
I'm happy for you, ma'am. Can you just let the officer know what you would like to do so we can continue
Okay,
on with
so-
the process and let you go about your place?
It's Amare, and this was, you wouldn't take your paperwork, would you? You refuse that?
Ma'am, are you voluntarily abandoning your item? Or would you like to go back out and check it or put it in the car and give it to somebody not traveling?
And your name is Amare.
Like, she just doesn't want to listen to anyone or
do you have a back
deal with
number?
any systems she disagrees with.
33612. 3612, we're at Bradley, and you are supervisory.
With your item.
You know what I would like to do with my item, dear. You're the one who's not happy with me having it, not me. I have told you. I have told you.
Yeah, she needs to be trespassed. She needs to
I'm
get
going to
the
take
fuck
all the belongings
out.
that you will allow me to travel with,
So therefore,
absent the
you are
ones.
voluntarily abandoning your oversized.
So please hand me all the items that you are willing to let me travel with, and we'll be on my
We're
way.
not taking the item from you. You are going to voluntarily abandon it. You're going to go put it in your car. You can give it to someone not traveling. We can mail it to yourself the program that we have out there.
What option would you like to choose, ma'am?
I've made myself clear. I am intending to travel with everything that you allow me to get on the plane with. So go ahead and do your part. So there, Bacanes.
voluntary abandonment, so if you're not murder, we let it go.
Well,
Just imagine the person who had to sit on the plane with her after this, too. Do you think she was like, I stood up to the TSA. Did you know you can do that? Look at my binder.
It's a little bit of a stretch, but...
You want to close up your items or you want me to work for you?
There's the eggs there. Do you want me to try to close it over here? What? Okay, let me get on my shoes.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm a terrible person, but if I'm the TSA guy, I might be like, those eggs are full of liquid. I don't think you can take those eggs, ma'am. Even if that's not the policy. Just 'cause fuck her, and fuck her chickens, too.
And it's not okay to put words in my mouth. Because at no time did I say voluntarily. You did. Not me.
You want to go out and check the bag?
Excuse me?
You want to go out and check the bag with the airline?
Let's see. Can we... That's not... I don't get enough leverage there with that.
Picking it up for you.
Okay, I'm going to hand it to you. And just for the record, I did not...
I am curious how she feels about the comments, because all of the comments on this are negative. All of the comments on this are calling her crazy. So, I do wonder how she feels about the comments, you know what I mean? Overthought with 100 bits says, I hope the plane has turbulence and every one of those eggs cracks.
This is for all of you,
You don't accept the extra.
but you did relieve me of my property. Under
Someone
coercion
asked for
and
the
threat.
link. Here's
So,
the link.
have a wonderful
Be
day, Linda.
nice. Don't harass this lady. Eye for an eye makes the whole world blind and all that.
It's a lot of work to get this country back to the Constitution. There's only 18 directives that the Congress have, section 1 through 18. The rest is out of the box. Thank you so much.
All right, go away,
Young man.
ma'am.
I know it takes patience.
Please don't call this manager young man. That feels incredibly fucking patronizing, especially because you're a racist white lady. I don't think that's helpful in this situation, calling this adult manager young man.
It's not to interrupt, but it's so helpful not to.
Feels like she wanted to say boy, but stopped herself is the vibe I'm getting from that young man comment.
It also nice when you respond to a question that's being asked to you, but I see where you stand. I hope you enjoy your flight. Be safe.
Thank you.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Don't forget your ticket.
That's yours. You've been served. Thank you.
You've been served.
Make sure. Did my boarding pass come through? I guess I've got an extra copy.
You have to check your belongings. If not, they can reissue with the boarding pass.
Yep, got it. Gate 30. Is gate 30 that way, dear? Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
Stop asking. God, what a terrible person. Just one of the most obnoxious people I've ever had the displeasure of listening to. Oh, this is like her channel and she has videos. All right. Hold on. Let me save her in case she does stuff in the future. Sheesh. Well, that was insufferable. Let's watch literally anything else. Oh boy. Now it's time for someone else who's obnoxious, but in a different way. Don Kalam. Let's go. Why does this give... This is gonna only make sense to maybe 50% of my audience. The way he is shooting these stacks of $100 bills is eerily similar to someone who's really bad at taking dick pics trying to take a dick pic. Does that make sense? It has the same energy, and I don't know how to explain it, but if you know, you know. H. Baird with 40 bits says those cosmological arguments must pay well. I think it's the fumbling and the hand in frame that does it. I think it's this. It's the awkward and the breathing. That too! Oh, yes, that perspective! Nailed it! There you go.
This one a little light. Not the full 10 bands. Well, we got them stacks up.
Classy.
We got them stacks up. Just gotta show off a little bit. Show, you know, what I'm holding in the stash. What I'm holding in the stash box. I travel with this. Just a little something.
Oh, that's cool. I keep money in a 401k. It's less visually impressive, but better for taxes.
The reason why I'm just showing this off, this for the haters. Social Security numbers for poor people. That's the name of this live right here. We keep these. We $10,000 bands all day. Go through it. We blow through it.
I do want to point out, and I'm not, how do I put this? Showing off a bunch of, like, dollar bills like that feels like a poor person's idea of a rich person. You know what I mean? It feels like a profoundly, not even nouveau riche, like aspiring to be rich, but like you don't really know what it means, so you're obsessed with the aesthetic of wealth. So you have this idea of like dollar bills and like chains and expensive jewelry, and it's like, that's not a good idea. That's not a good thing to aspire towards.
We blow through it. $10,000 bands. $10,000 bands. But check this out, man. The Social Security number is for poor people. Much peace and love. I want to tap in. Text Private Life to 702-200-4900.
I would not recommend you involve yourself in this man's grifts.
Again, text Private Life to 702-200-4900, or go to DK's private business circle at school.com/Don Kalam. That's SKOOL.com/DONKILAM. DONKILAM. School.com/Don Kalam. I'm on the tablet. Let me pop this out. I shouldn't even be showing y'all that motherfucker. This that motherfucker private life. Real life private shit. The stash box. Take a look at a day in Don Kalam's life. That's it. The stash box. But that's neither here nor there. It's still spinning, right? So cash is still king. I'm gonna drop some game for y'all today. Because I'm telling everybody text Private Life to 702-200-4900. Then a lot of people get upset. Why are you charging for consults? I'm supposed to talk to you free all day? I need y'all to know I have thousands and thousands of people hitting me up every day just on Instagram alone. And then the school, I have 400 students in the school. They hit me up every day. So yes, time is of the essence. Time is very valuable for me. I have 4 children. So I just need y'all to understand how important time is before we even go forward. I bring this information to the public.
It's always good when you feel the need to spend multiple minutes justifying people paying for your grift service. Don't worry, guys. I'm sure it's very valuable.
So you can make better informed choices, not to hit me up and expect me to continue to give you a handout. We're here doing hand-ups, not handouts. Use the information.
Oh, that's a Vegas phone number. Oh, no.
And get ahead in life. That's what this information is for. So you can get around those who are implementing this private information. Those who are operating correctly in commerce, you can get in those rooms. All right? We're not here for the questions, especially when I do lives. You keep asking me questions on the lives, I just remove you from the live.
If you ask me, the man who is giving advice as his business will remove you from his live streams if you ask him questions. That seems not great, right?
Google is free. You can ask
Google is free, so why should anyone give you money?
Your mom something for free. You can ask your dad something for free. Wi-Fi is free. There's no reason you should be asking me anything for free when I'm bringing you information right now. This is the service right now. DonKalam.com is free. DonKilam.com. But don't expect people to want to see you get ahead. We are not going to go out of our way to help somebody for free. In commerce, because it takes money to make money. You know, I can show you how to get grants. I can show you how to do all that. But in order to become a business savvy entrepreneur, you have to get around those people and take risk. You have to take risk. And the reason why you don't have money right now, most people don't have money, is because they're spending their time on things that are not valuable.
Yes, there's no systemic difficulties in obtaining wealth or building some sort of, like, money-making system for yourself. Clearly, it's just that people are spending time doing things they enjoy instead of hustle culturing themselves into an early grave.
If you're focused on something that is valuable, if you're learning something that is valuable, it's going to bring value into your life. So obviously you're not studying the right shit. He said, my girl brought me your book and I looked you up. The whole time you was following me. Peace and love. He said the book is good this far. So you got to start making more valuable decisions. My information and the services that I offer is not for a public family looking for a handout. That is the beneficiary mindset. That's the whole purpose of a Social Security number. To make you a beneficiary as receiving a handout. The information that I give is private knowledge, private education, to become better informed in life. So you become a trustee and you learn how to invest in yourself. You learn how to invest in your family. You learn how to grow yourself. You learn how to grow the family, and you learn how to grow the family wealth. And the only how you can do that is by getting around people that do the same thing.
The bar is so low for grifting. It's kind of shocking to me how successful some people can get with, like, zero charisma and not even the semblance of a solid plan other than the idea of making money. H. Baird says he could save a lot of time by just saying,
if you're good at something, never do it for free.
I missed the pencil trick.
Most people don't even know what a Social Security number is or what it really means. And that's what I try to teach people. They don't understand how it's tied to the legal name, which is an entity, a legal entity in the public sector. And it creates something called a Cesti K Vi Trust. Cesti K Vi Trust. CESTIQUEVIE.
Cesti KV Trust.
CESTIQUVIE. Cesti K Vi. This makes you a beneficiary. When you get food stamps, you're a beneficiary. You're receiving a handout. You're receiving a handout.
So he's clearly preying on marks who are on some form of assistance. He's trying to shame people for being on some form of government assistance and acting as though you should be ashamed of that. You want to stop being a shameful piece of shit, don't you? Join my grift and I'll make you rich. That's disgusting. That's really fucking disgusting.
When you get any type of public assistance from the state, when you send your kids to school, they saying you receive a handout. Even when you go to jail in this public sector, when you go sign up and receive a car, they're saying you're the beneficiary. You pick the trustee and you're the beneficiary, and now you have to pay the tax. This is why you're stuck with paying taxes, because you're operating as a beneficiary. A lot of people...
No, you're stuck paying taxes because you live in a society where it's illegal to avoid paying taxes.
Don't know how that...
It's that simple. It's not a trick. It's just how society functions.
Act as a trustee. All right? We got to get rid of this something for nothing mentality. And that's what's going on in the public sector. That's what's going on in the public sector. That's what's going on as a NIGDOM. It's a NIGDOM mentality. And the reason...
I'm just going to start a new business, and it's going to be me reporting people like this to the IRS. Because if you help the IRS under certain circumstances, you get a little bit of money from the recovery. So that's my new job. I'm just going to find sovereign citizen tax cheats, and I'm going to report them to the IRS.
I say this because the worst ones that come up to me is the same people that I'm trying to help and save. It's the black folks. Grown black men sitting here begging for handouts and then get mad. I'm going to say you're a scam because I can't afford your service. If you don't have $500 to invest for a phone call to learn the right information to guide you.
He's asking for $500 for a single phone conversation. These grifters, man. They are so full of themselves. And I'm not even saying he doesn't get that. There's unfortunately a number of people who are desperate and make bad decisions and might give him that $500. But the ego to assume that your bullshit advice is worth $500 for a single phone call, that's sick. There's no advice in the world worth $500.
In the right direction. $500 in 2025 is really a drop in the bucket. If you don't have $500,
It's not a drop in the bucket, actually. So maybe don't say that.
$500 is not going to get you a lot of anything in today's world. And I promise you that. $500, I definitely spend more than that a day.
Okay, your poor money management isn't my problem. Like, you spend $500 a day and you want to give people advice? Even if you're rich, spending $500 a day doesn't make any goddamn sense.
More than that a day. $500 to invest in your prosperity and for your family. We're breaking generational wealth. We're generational curses. We're breaking generational curses.
The reason you're not wealthy isn't due to any systemic issues or historical inertia. It's certainly because you have generational curses on your family. Definitely give this man money.
So you have generational wealth. So, understanding the Social Security number. A lot of people don't understand that they're operating in trust already in the public when they're using the Social Security number. And then they don't understand that it's under the Sestakay by trust. This is the public trust that has been set up for you by the...
Don't give this man $501. That'll be $500, please.
False. If you're not under a private family, you don't have a private family trust, because I need y'all to understand this. The government is established by private families. I was talking about this today with my homie Equity. The government is established by a private family.
Your homie's named himself Equity?
By private families. I was talking about this today with my homie Equity. The government is established
Your friend just calls himself Equity?
By private families. But you're not operating as a private family. That's who controls the government, is private families operating in private trust. The Social Security number is a representation of the trust.
Okay. We can move on. I do want to show some... He's continually made terrible AI ads for his service, so let's watch a couple of these and then we'll move on.
The state's filing show my client's name in all capital letters. That is not how he writes it. And in commerce, that format designates a business. They converted his name into a corporate entity.
Describing my client as a person, a legal persona, something created by statute. But that is not who he is. He is not a fictional entity. He is one of the people. And the supreme law of this land begins...
The state cannot be an accuser. The Constitution gives us the right to face our accuser, not just a representation of one. If there's no victim, there is no case. It cannot be fiction.
Case dismissed.
Part of me kind of appreciates that AI seems to be entirely synonymous with grifts, scams, and low-effort slop, and that seems to be the general public sentiment, so that's good.
It's not just the government, it's a federal corporation. That charter is on the book, and it operates like any other company. Every citizen is recorded as his business, a revenue account in its files. For one to say they understand in law...
Pretty obviously not cool with you saying that, Mr. Blast.
So this contract...
You wonder maybe why I would have a problem with you making fun of someone's teeth? You think maybe that's something that happens to me all the time? Oh, good, another person doing it. Let's not. Cool beans.
Practice fraud, void ab initio from inception. You can only control what you create. That's the principle my client lives by, and it's the reason we're here today. Where we come from, we use baby land deeds instead of birth certificates. Remember that.
Attorneys under the bar are regarded as foreign agents, and the government is foreclosed from parity with real people.
That birth certificate makes you property of the United States, and it even shows who manufactured the property, the mother and the father. That's not opinion, it's printed on the document. My client is part of a private family such as the Amish. Private families are the government. They govern themselves, not the state. That's the truth he's bringing to you today. My client, an attorney for the plaintiff cannot admit evidence into the court. He is either an attorney or a witness. This is case law. Trinzi versus Paviero.
Your last name is not just letters on a license. It's a brand. When you put it in a private trust...
Why did he make himself bald in this one?
You own it, you protect it...
In the land of the free we call the United States, commerce speaks in franchise words legalese, where everyday terms are contracts in disguise. Do you understand? In this world, saying yes means you stand under accepting their jurisdiction with a single syllable. A signature isn't just ink. It's presented as a sign of nature, proof of life, treated like consent, a key to unlock public access to your Social Security trust and birth certificate. Now, a parent is a pair who rents title on loan from a parent corporation.
That's not where the word parent comes from.
Child is property of the parent corporation unless you assert mother or father. Claiming a son or daughter then is the franchise's property. Person is a persona, a mask in law, a legal entity that signs, sues, and is sued. Another corporation, United States, under federal law, means a federal corporation. North America is a continent, and each state a country, Texas, with its inhabitants that are
He was pointing at Florida when the AI said Texas.
Texans. Resident, address, register. With these franchise words, they're verbs of surrender. Domicile versus address. Inhabitant versus resident. Traveler versus driver. Conveyance versus vehicle. Words choose the court before a judge ever speaks, and the water runs through it all. Banks channel currency current toward the port where goods are delivered at birth, then birthed on the ledger. There's a few franchise words for you. There's plenty more, especially dealing with ships, is admiralty and maritime law. Now listen for the ship words that mark status in office. Citizenship, partnership, proprietorship, ownership, guardianship, trusteeship, stewardship, wardship, apprenticeship, membership, directorship, judgeship, fellowship, township, lordship. To learn more, go to our private school with DK's...
Wait until this guy learns about other suffixes.
Private business circle.
He seems to not be able to get the videos to finish. Have you noticed that? All his AI videos cut early. He can't seem to quite figure that one out, and that's pretty funny. Alright, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick while I'm gone. Chair will tell you about, does it even matter? Probably not. Bert I. Gordon's The Spider. Be right back. Unfortunately, this one is filmed from a laptop. That's just how the Sovereign Citizens did it. Don't know what to tell you.
Okay, well, he's gonna go to jail. He's gonna go to jail. Why are we going to jail? Where's the supervisor? He's going to jail. Where's the supervisor? Yes, you are. Your driver's license in Illinois is invalidated. I asked you if you have a driver's license. No, he gave you a passport card. So what is a passport card? A passport card is the top land, air, and sea. It's the highest ID that you could possibly ever have in the state of. You need a driver's license to drive a car, and the plate on the car is fake. The plate on the car is not fake. Where did the plate come from? Sir, we don't have to answer any more questions with you. Where is your supervisor? No. You're stopping me. Step out of the car. No. Okay, where's your registration? Because we're not going to play with sovereign citizen card, okay? First of all, where's your supervisor? If you'd like to speak to my supervisor, you go to the Oak Lawn Police Station and speak to my supervisor. Do you have your firearm on you? Okay. Can we have a supervisor, sir? No, you cannot. Like my partner said, you got a complaint or anything about that, you go to the police station. Okay, what is your name? I'm Officer 398, badge number 398. What's your name, sir? I'm Officer Carroll. You see it on the tickets I'm about to give your husband. Okay, why don't you just give him the tickets then? And we can fight this. Because he's going to jail. He doesn't have a driver's license. And the car doesn't have insurance. You don't need a driver's license, sir. Step out of the car. This is not a registration. No, we're not stepping out the car. All right, sir. You're getting another opportunity. One more opportunity, or else you're going to get taken out of the car.
If you don't get out of the car, you're going to get a resisting charge on top of the driving without a license.
Step out of the car right now. Why don't you just give him his tickets? Step out of the car. Where's your firearm at? Down your side? Why won't you just give him...
I find it interesting she asked again, why aren't you giving tickets? He's going to get tickets, I would imagine, alongside the arrest. Driving without a license, I think, is a misdemeanor in many states, if not most states. So that's not just a ticketable offense, that's something that you actually get, like, a charge for.
Why are you arresting him? For what? Because his driver's license is invalid. Get out of the car, sir. Get out of the car. Okay, lay back. What police station you see? Does your wife have a driver's license? I'm going to make sure your supervisor supervisor just showed up. If you want to talk to him, you're more than welcome to. Come on, sir. You have a point card? Yes, I do. You can go back there with the dog. No, you're not going back there with the dog. Why would we do that? You're going to the other car. Central 311, one in custody. Want to step up front of my vehicle, please? Wearing your stance for me, please. I'm going to search your pockets and going back to my squad car, all right? Just took my gun. I ain't got nothing else. I don't know that.
Can I ask something? Why do people, when they're getting searched by the cops, or like the TSA lady earlier, they're like, why don't you trust me? Like, I'm not like a big fan of cops, but I understand mechanically, socially, systemically, why they can't take your word for it. Like, why are people offended by that? Like, of course they can't take your word for it. They don't know you. Like, taking someone's word for it is usually something that you do based on, like, long-form trust relationships, friendships, relationships, something where you have a history with the person, and they can base, you know, assumptions on your behavior based on previous experience. A cop who's going to interact with dozens and dozens of random people a day that they don't know can't take everyone's word for it, because if you're a dishonest person who wants to hurt the cop or to try and get away, they're gonna lie? Like, the system that they're imagining is predicated upon nobody being able to lie, ever. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't want cops to treat people like enemy combatants, but, like, you also can't expect them to assume no one is ever going to hurt them ever, right? Because that's not true either.
I got one in custody. Can you run a gun for me?
Trey says, so you're aware of the amount of firearm hobbies I have as a person that's been pulled over with a large number of weapons in the vehicle. This is absolutely insane to me that for your own protection, you wouldn't just be direct with these people and tell them and let them do their jobs. You don't have to like their jobs, but please have self-preservation, right?
Victoria and Nora Charles, 025696. Nora Charles, 025696. I'm sorry, one number. 45. Let me see. You go ahead. Swing your legs around. You alright? Not at all, sir. Not meant to be comfortable, sir. Charles, 6.
Seeing if there's anything else interesting in here. If not, we're gonna move on. Because I don't know if they have any longer discussions.
Information on there.
Oh, there's that.
Oak Lawn Police Station. Where's the station? 9446 South Raymond Avenue. What is the station? You have a phone, ma'am? You can Google it. Oak Lawn. What's the name of the station? Oak Lawn Police Station. What's the address? 9446 South Raymond. That's where he's going. That is where he's going. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Yes, can I have it? It's going to go with his property. Okay, let me get my information. Can I get my stuff out of here? What stuff do you have? I have to get my booklet with my information on there. This booklet? Yes. Thank you. And then there's something else that's in there. Those are my own.
Oh, the Sobsit booklet.
Get those? Yeah. What's up? Did I tell her what? Tell my wife at the station. I did, yes. I gave her the address.
We can move on. Let's see what's next.
City of Lansing versus Aaron Skates, 25-01554. Parents, please.
We'll vote on behalf of the City of Lansing, Your Honor.
Michigan again.
You are Aaron Skates? Okay, today was the date that was scheduled for hearing. I have a hinder, obstruct, oppose, pretrial, and a furnishing false information. Did you all discuss this matter and how do you want to proceed?
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Waddell did speak with Mr. Skates before we were on the record here today, and Mr. Skates indicated that he had submitted some documents to the court, and we did not receive them.
It is a watermark for factor frauds.
There's been no motions filed with the court. There are some documents in the file, but that's not a properly filed motion according to the Michigan court rules, so the court does not have jurisdiction to review those.
Yeah, at this point, there was no offer made. We were giving him the opportunity to present us with some sort of documentation, but at this point, we have no motion.
Okay, they're not offering a reduction in the charge. You have the right to proceed.
Sorry, I'm trying to.
To
some videos you can move the captions and some you can't. What's up with that? Like, why can't I move the caption box on this one so I can put it where it's visible to you guys?
Hearing, I have a hinder, obstruct, oppose, pretrial, and a
weird
furnishing false information. Did you all discuss this matter and how?
No, it's not only when you pause it, and even when I do pause it, it doesn't let me. It's just like some videos I can and some I can't. I don't get it. Oh, once I exited that, it let me. Okay, if there's another element on screen, you can't. That's good to know.
You want to proceed?
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Waddell did speak with Mr. Skates before we were on the record here today, and Mr. Skates indicated that he had submitted some documents to the court, and we did not receive any documents from you.
There's been no motions filed with the court. There are some documents in the file, but that's not a properly filed motion according to the Michigan court rules, so the court does not have jurisdiction to review those.
Yeah, at this point, there was no offer made. We were giving him the opportunity to present us with some sort of documentation, but at this point, we have no motion.
Okay, they're not offering a reduction in the charge. You have the right to proceed to a trial. You have the right to jury trial. I think you declined court-appointed counsel and said you would retain an attorney. Is that accurate?
I was talking to one, but it's not really in my means to acquire the attorney.
Okay, so would you like to maintain your not guilty plea and proceed to trial, sir?
I don't consent to anything here. I can't. My constitutional rights were violated. So I am on the record. My status is a Moorish American national. I am not a Black person. I am not a United States citizen. So that's why I claim my nationality as a Moorish American.
You don't have to be a United States citizen to be charged with a crime in the United States. And if I were you, I wouldn't go around here in open court live stream declaring that I'm not a United States citizen facing criminal action with the current federal administration. That was not in your best interest.
Holy shit, I don't think I've seen a single judge bring this up yet. This is the first time I've seen one be like, hey, doing that sovereign citizen stuff, claiming that you're a non-citizen, you're gonna get got by ICE. Like, I can't believe a judge even said it. Like, we've all been thinking it. We've all said this on stream before. I can't believe she actually said accurately, you best be careful, you're gonna get deported.
I can't claim my national status on the record.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. But you're making a declaration that you're not a citizen. And we have an administration that is making efforts to make sure people who are not citizens, who are facing criminal actions, are deported.
So when I'm claiming my national status on the record, it's for this land here.
Okay, delusional man. The feds don't care. The feds are going to take any excuse to deport brown people that they don't like. And I promise they don't like you, again, because you're brown, and the administration is white supremacist. So probably stop. You're going to get yourself in trouble, and it shouldn't be like this. You should be allowed to be crazy and not be threatened by the federal government like this. But we don't live in an ideal world. So stop.
I recognize that. This land here is known as the United States of America. This court sits in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, state of Michigan.
United States is a federal corporation, though.
Okay.
So when I claim, I'm not
if you want to maintain, if you want to stand mute, You have the right to do that. You have the right to plead guilty or plead not guilty. I recognize that you're asserting yourself as a sovereign citizen.
No, not sovereign citizen.
What do you
Such
say?
a sovereign. Don't, it's confused. It's a misnomer to say sovereign citizen.
They're sovereign citizens. They're just using a different name because they know people know sovereign citizen is bullshit, so they just change the title.
What you're asserting yourself as what?
Just sovereign on the land.
Okay. Okay. I'm happy to hear that you're sovereign and indigenous to the land. The court will continue your not guilty plea. This matter will continue to trial, okay?
Can I get some documentation?
We are going to give you the notice to appear for a jury trial. September 2nd at 8:15. September 2nd at 8:15 in person at the court, okay?
Okay. And
You need to wear a shirt that has sleeves.
I just came to work, so.
I recognize that, but I'm talking about for your jury trial. You're going to need to be appropriately dressed, okay?
Yeah, he came to court in a wife beater. That's not a great look.
It is not. And I'm advising you of this on the record so that you know to come appropriately dressed for your trial. Okay? Thank you. Do you have any questions for the court at this time? Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
Thank you. We'll get you a notice to appear. You're all set.
Do I get that in the mail or?
No, we're gonna do it right now.
Okay.
Sheesh. Good for her for warning that guy. Worried about sovereign citizens given ICE. Very worried. I don't like sovereign citizens and they're wrong, but by and large, a lot of them are people who are very confused about how the world works, and I really don't want them to get got, you know? Lenin Cat with 40 bits says, I'm not a sovereign citizen, I'm a citizen who's sovereign over themselves.
Welcome to the Freedom Unchained channel. My goal is to learn trust. And I believe the best way to do that is to just start writing trusts. I did that with a newsletter that I'm forming to help this community grow. That's the plan with that, at least. You'll see that coming up in future videos, so subscribe to the channel for that. But today, I want to pick something goofy to put into trust, write a trust, and go from the declaration all the way into administrating the trust. So I decided this would be the best thing to put into trust. A pineapple piggy bank. Already got some coins in there, and we'll put this into trust for my daughter. And as I put tokens in there, I'll keep track of them, so we'll know exactly how much is in this. And it's a good thing that I can execute and administrate into a trust.
Is this insanity? Lenin Cat with 40 bits says, that's a good plan, sir. I'm learning to be a surgeon, and I figured the best way to do that was to start performing surgeries. What is he doing?
Alright, so this is our property that we're going to put in the res of the trust. So the first thing we gotta do is declare the trust. And I'm going to take out the coins, so as I move it around I don't have to continue to hear the coins.
Is this an important step in creating a trust? Is removing the coins from the object?
Now let's count them out. See what we're starting with. We got $1.50 in quarters, 80 cents dimes, 1 nickel, and 4 pennies. Alright, so this is my trust project that I've set up.
Of course it's just ChatGPT. Of course he's just telling Chat... What are we doing? What would you say the human project is at this point? Is it just finding ways to horrifyingly remove any semblance of dignity away from the human experience? Is that our big project right now? Because it kind of feels like it, right? Like, what's happening? Why? Why?
I got Gilbert's Law Summaries on Trusts in here, along with Weiss's Concise Trustee Handbook. I cleaned up a copy, and then I have the actual full copy of that as well. So that's what we're working off of. If you guys have anything you suggest that I should add into this, please do so. I will download those and get them in here. The more information we have, the better these conversations go. So let's get started. I'm creating a video that I'll post online.
He's too lazy to even type his command. Oh god, he's just talking to it. The level of psychic damage I'm taking is not okay. Oh god.
So keep all my personal information out of this while we have this conversation. But I want to start.
I'm sorry, does that mean that you gave ChatGPT a bunch of personal private information that got sucked up into its fucking algorithm to be trained on? And now the people who OpenAI just has that information now that you gave them freely?
With creating a declaration of trust for the Pineapple Piggy Bank that I have, that I'm going to put into trust for the benefit of my daughter or my offspring.
Perfect. We can draft a simple, clear declaration of trust.
Oh, the fake fucking... Oh, the voice.
For your Pineapple Piggy Bank, using the common law principles explained in the Weiss Handbook and the Gilbert Law Summaries. Here's the structure you'll want to follow. The essentials of a declaration of trust. From Weiss and Gilbert, no technical words are required. Just a clear statement that you, settlor, intend to create a trust, if I. 1. Intent to create the trust.
Van Dyne,
2.
thanks for following.
Trust property, res, the Pineapple Piggy Bank. 3. Parties, beneficiary. 4. Purpose, lawful purpose, benefit of your daughter, offspring. Example, declaration of trust is educational, not legal advice. Declaration of trust, I, the undersigned, hereby declare. 1. Trust creation. I hold certain property in trust with the intent to establish an express trust under the common law.
I'm just tired. I'm so tired.
Like we've done before.
Oh, he's still just talking at it.
Post it somehow.
3.
I can't watch more of this, otherwise I'm gonna bang my head into the desk until it becomes a TOS situation, so we should probably move on. Oh, things are not good.
We can go now. You okay? Come on. Hey.
It's the whiz.
Oh, you hanging up there and only had negative.
Okay.
Evidence exists. You have an imaginary friend. As a child, you have an imaginary friend. You may be surprised to learn that evidence exists that you have had a make-believe twin from the time your mother and father permitted a birth certificate to be filed for you. This make-believe friend is not real, but artificial. It is a straw man, an artificial entity that has a name very similar to yours. Here is a definition of straw man.
None of that's true. They don't create a separate entity when you're born. Your birth certificate is not a straw man, nor is your social security card. They're just administrative documents recording your birth and your social security number. That's it. Peeplord of the 40-bit says, unrelated, do you think on like an alignment spectrum, Rob Liefeld is the opposite of Quentin Tarantino? I don't know enough about Rob Liefeld to oh, is it because Quentin Tarantino is really into feet And Rob Liefeld can't draw feet? Is it a foot joke? Well, I'm going to assume that's a foot joke.
Affront, a third party who is put up in name only to take part in a transaction. Nominal party to a transaction. Black's Law Dictionary, 6th edition. The term is also used in commercial and property contexts when a transfer is made to a party. The straw man, simply for the purpose of retransferring to the transferor in order to accomplish some purpose not otherwise permitted. Barron's, 3rd edition. So in layman's terms, what is a straw man? The straw man is an artificial person. The straw man was created by law shortly after you were born via the registration of the application for your birth certificate. The name for the straw man is your name in all capital letters. You will notice that the inscription on the birth certificate in your name is in all capital letters.
That's just because it's easy. This is just all the same sob-sit straw man argument stuff. I've been over that. I don't need to belabor the point. Let's take a look at this real quick. This is a documentary put together by ABC, not the American ABC. This is the Australian ABC. At least I think it was put together by ABC. All about what sovereign citizens are. They put this together because of Desi Freeman, the Australian sovereign citizen that somewhat recently shot and killed some police officers, allegedly, as they were coming to arrest him for allegedly engaging in some activities with a minor. I don't know if they ever caught him. I should actually look that up. Did they catch him? I know he ran into the Australian bush and they couldn't find him for weeks. Let me look. Let's see if there's any news on Desi Freeman. Wow, have they still not found him? Wow, that's crazy. It's been weeks and weeks and weeks, and they still haven't found the guy. That's crazy. He escaped into the Australian bush.
An offensive from the fringes has been launched against mainstream society.
Actually, real quick before we start this, I am going to go use the bathroom real quick. Sorry I've been using the bathroom a lot. I guess I've been hydrating more. Chair will tell you about Food of the Gods. And if you want to help support the stream, like the stream on YouTube, consider being a member on YouTube, or a subscriber on Twitch, or gifting subs. Be right back. Okay.
An offensive from the fringes has been launched against mainstream society.
This is your opportunity to leave. If you don't do that, we'll be arrested.
Hope you got all that.
How do you feel then when you get labelled as a domestic terrorist?
It's just what we call the spin. It's like the sovereign citizen. It's out there to try and discredit us.
It's a quasi-civil war. And the front lines are courts, councils and cops.
Thank you. You may be seated.
The new armies are self-appointed law enforcement groups.
The defendants, in this case, former Prime Minister Scott Morrison, on the charge of human trafficking.
Guilty.
And so these sovereign citizens, like, what are they saying?
Some people call these groups sovereign citizens.
Are you a sovereign citizen?
I am a sovereign citizen, and everyone is a sovereign citizen.
Many try to distance themselves from the label.
Is this the peak body representing the sovereign citizen movement?
Nah, there is no peak body, and there is no sovereign citizen movement.
Whatever they call themselves,
It annoys me to no end when they try to distance themselves from the sovereign citizen label. It doesn't matter what you call it. What matters is the beliefs that fall under the label, and whether you call it sovereign citizenry or state national stuff or whatever you happen to call it, it's the same thing. It's completely trying to avoid the discussion by trying to make it difficult to even define the group. It's annoying.
these groups are united in a belief that the government is illegitimate. They operate in an alternate reality where people have ultimate authority over the state. They believe a new age is coming.
Stand your ground, hold your line in line.
Post-COVID, the sovereign citizen movement is not fringe anymore.
Shot.
Governments are underestimating the reach and threats of these movements.
These groups take us inside their movement for the first time. We ask them what they want and what they're prepared to do to get it.
People that are angry and are willing to choose which laws to obey or not do start making death threats. This is really violent. We have to be really careful about this. This is not a laughing matter.
Just wave to a cop. Here he
Covered her
comes.
before.
I just need your driver's license. You're the driver.
I'm not driving. Driving is a techno term for in-commerce. Please provide evidence I'm doing business.
You might recognize these scenes.
But I'm not under your law.
As a driver,
I do not have to.
As I've observed you driving,
Are you conspiring to commit murder? In fact, you can't force rape me.
Is it your vehicle?
During COVID, a group of people started broadcasting their clashes with police.
Travelling in my private
No, you can call it whatever you like, but I'm telling you, you're driving a motor vehicle in Victoria.
It's easy. Oh, you're under arrest.
Please state your name and address.
The common law does not require...
Please state your name and address or I'll place you under arrest.
Let me put it to you that acts only apply to persons, to fictitious people. I'm a living man. Do you agree that I'm a living man?
You don't have consent.
I think one of the more nefarious things about the sovereign citizen movement is how much of the ideology is expressly incorrect, but has been spread solely off the fact that its adherents will repeat the axioms constantly. I'm not driving, I'm traveling. Driving is a commercial activity. Stuff like that. Like, it's not true, but they just repeat it enough. And if you repeat it enough, people start to pick it up as truth, because people don't normally fact-check things. It's just like a repeated meme, and if you repeat the meme long enough, it's like they manifest the idea into reality. Of course, they're not really doing that, but like, they're manifesting like an entire contingent of the population that believes it because they hear it so often. It's crazy.
If you break my window, open it up. If you break my window, no, you are trespassing against my property, sir.
But what starts as a bold declaration of freedom from the law can quickly turn to financial ruin or imprisonment.
You're on my property, mate. I'm asking you.
I'm on your property because we're impounding your vehicle.
I want to meet the man in this video.
You're breaking the law, fellas. I know the law.
Agebeard says this repetition turning things into truth is why Twitter may be humanity's great filter. Generally, social media, especially algorithmically driven social media, I think in general is maybe that. I don't know.
John, how are you? I'm good. I think I'm at the end of your street. How are you, John? Good to meet you. Thanks for having us.
That's good.
Appreciate it.
Come on board.
One-time law student John Quaremba lives on a houseboat docked on Hindmarsh Island.
Wonder how far into law school he got.
Come on, mate.
Thanks for having us.
So it's pretty basic, anybody?
How long have you been out here on the...
2 years. 2 years now on the boat, which is good. The coffee was all right, coffee. We'll make a beautiful coffee for you, mate.
From his boat, John is waging what he calls lawfare against the system. He has thousands of followers.
I think what I see, and I said to you, it's like a quasi-civil war. Dan, it's like a paper war. You know, sugar?
When COVID border closures kept him from visiting his mother, John began questioning the government.
My mum was, you know, she was getting cancer treatment. She was in stage 4. So when we weren't able to see her, that was profound, because it was the first time that I thought, wait a second, I thought we were one country, like a federated country, and then they closed the borders. And we were like, and so that then really started making me question the law, and I did always want to sort of study. And at that time,
but you also really you wanted to see your mum, right?
I really wanted to see mum, yeah. So I went over, I broke the law, you know, that they said there was at the time. And that was pretty tough. This is the thing that, you know, I didn't get vaccinated, I didn't wear a mask, I was ostracised in my community. I had pretty strong beliefs.
You should be ostracized for that. Go fuck yourself, you selfish prick. God. And your mom was undergoing cancer treatment, and you went to see her illegally without being vaccinated, and presumably without wearing a mask. Wow. You could have killed her even sooner. What a great son.
About what was going on. We haven't had any accountability, and the people are still angry. Under the surface, still bubbling. That anger is still bubbling.
Anger over COVID restrictions reached a crescendo in 2022 during the convoy to Canberra.
The number of insane people is truly staggering and scary every day.
Stand your ground, hold your line in light, in love and peace, and lawfully.
It would become the largest protest ever held on the steps of Parliament.
Oh, we're so cooked, man. We're so cooked.
Please do not attempt to enter the forecourt or car park, as you may be subject to arrest.
It's a bit of a sticky situation, Abby.
John took on a leadership role.
Because I'm not going to be intimidated by you.
I can still hear the excitement in your voice.
Oh, but it was because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I didn't know. I thought I was just going there to be a protester, like everybody else, just, you know, just say enough's enough. But then what happened when I got there, really quickly, within sort of 48 hours, I found myself like right at the tip of the spear.
Unit, forward, forward.
The protesters were kicked out, and one of the organisers was arrested when police found his loaded sawn-off rifle.
Well, that was real smart to bring to the protest. Dumbass.
The convoy was over, but a new movement was born.
For a lot of people, that was the first time that they'd really confronted law as a coercive force. The law telling you that you can't do the thing that you really want to do. I have to wear a mask in public. I have to get the vaccine if I want to go into this job. That felt really onerous for a lot of people. And suddenly law was not always their friend.
I still can't get over the number of people who can't be even a little inconvenienced or uncomfortable for 20 minutes at a time or something for other people to try and not get sick. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand these goddamn people. I don't understand. I didn't understand it then. I don't understand it now. These people have something deeply fucking wrong with them.
Dr. Joe McIntyre has been charting the rise of what's called pseudo-law. It's where people use legal-sounding phrases and arguments that have no actual basis in law. They're often drawn...
Bunker Cat, thanks for the raid. Can we get a link to Bunker Cat's channel here on Twitch? Hope your stream went well. Today we're looking at sovereign citizens, conspiracy theorists that think that the law doesn't apply to them if they say special magic words. So it's a lot of fun.
From conspiracy theories.
There were gatherings of anti-vax protesters that really operated to help disseminate a lot of the theory of pseudo-law. And then that spread back into the regions, and we've got different hotbeds all around Australia.
So I was finding out who was going and who was challenging the system. So there's different methods of challenging it that the people are doing.
John operates in an alternate legal world, and it's difficult to make sense of it.
It is usually difficult to make sense of nonsense, so that makes sense. H-Baird with 40 bits says, fundamentally, selfish people can't understand altruism, so when they see it, they assume it's some sort of trick to get an advantage over them. Well, that's depressing. And Shmoop B with 56 months, thank you very much for your subscription. We're on a hype train on Twitch. If you want to help out the hype train and support the channel, you can always use bits or subscriptions. Goblin with a $10 Australian super chat says, oh boy, I see Hannah's gone live and I see my countrymen making damned fools of themselves. Outstanding. I remember seeing this live and laughing my ass off like Temu January 6th. Love your work, Hannah. Thank you very much. And Jay's a proxy with 17 months says 2 more months till baby 2. Exciting. I'll start thinking of a name.
This is some of the paperwork that comes through that's been actually interpreted into sort of Australian jurisdiction to explain what it is, okay? So, and this is why I've never presented this to any authorities, okay? Because
shocking.
I innately know what's going on with the sovereign citizen movement. Okay, that's a declassified AFP document. So this here is literally what they are talking about. So that there, where you see when someone's put a thumbprint on there, the AFP and the authorities say that if you see that anywhere, you're dealing with a sovereign citizen.
Yeah, generally, that is a sovereign citizen belief. The 45-degree angle thumbprint in red ink or blood, that's part of sovereign citizen mythology. So yes, if you see that, you're dealing with a sovereign citizen 99.9 times out of 10, or out of 100. Sweet Lily Love, thanks for gifting a sub to Unionize.
They don't worry about what's written on there. They look at something as an identifier here.
Or sorry,
But
Unioise.
when you look at that identifier, you can also see that there's a public notary.
What's the significance of all of this?
Right. So it has come to my attention that the occupying Unidroit government is in flagrant violation of Palermo protocols through unconscionable use of debased dog Latin glossa fraud. Therefore, I'm cancelling
Oh, dog Latin.
power of attorney of my legal persons and all relevant trade names back to the permanent domicile of the land and soil jurisdiction of Terra Australis, commonly known as the Commonwealth of Australia. Effectively,
John believes this document cancels his legal status in the mainstream system. This, he says, allows him to live his life according to a set of principles he calls common law.
So what is common law?
Well, in whose eyes? I mean,
Like in your eyes?
Well,
oh man, it's almost like we should have some sort of law that's written down that people can debate and agree on or not, instead of just vibing it.
in my eyes, you know, common law sort of means a few things. Common law is, you know, do no harm, injury, or loss.
Okay, that's not enough. A lot of sovereign citizens will say something along those lines where they'll be like, just do no harm. And the problem is, I hate to be Jordan Peterson here, but what do you mean by do? What do you mean by harm? Like, these words are so subjective, and there are so many different situations that can arise in the world, in society, between people. You can't just say do no harm, because different people are going to have different definitions of harm, and what constitutes a harm versus a right. You know, does your right to swing your fist end at someone else's face? How far away from their face? Does their anxiety of the swing cause harm? You know what I mean? Like, there's an entire discussion to be had philosophically and ethically about these things, and those discussions lead you to legal truths or, like, legal theories. It's not just a thing that exists in the ether. 30 seconds on the hype train.
The way these groups use the term common law is different to the way our legal system does. They believe it empowers them to operate under a natural, God-given law that is superior to any of the rules that govern society.
Very convenient that you just get to rhetorically bolster your own beliefs by claiming that they're the edicts of God. That must be nice when you're that intellectually lazy that you think that that's valid. It's probably comforting. Nemesaur, thanks for gifting 10 tier 1 subs. Thank you very much. And Stone Corbell, thanks for gifting a sub. 66% to level 4 on the hype train. Thank you very much, both of you.
Can you see why these ideas might appeal to most people?
This is really a powerful spell. If I cast this spell properly, I don't have to pay my mortgage. Who wants to pay their mortgage? You know, I don't have to pay my tax. Who wants to pay their tax? So I can believe in the law, I have the access to the true law, I'm not a lawbreaker, and I avoid those legal consequences I don't want. That's a really beguiling combination. And we get lots of different groups that are doing this, but the Sovereign Citizen is the one that most people may have heard of before.
John doesn't consider himself a sovereign citizen, but many of his arguments come from their playbook.
He is a sovereign citizen. I watched this already when it first came out. I don't like that he gives him a hook there, gets him off the hook rather, and says, like, he doesn't consider himself one, but he uses a lot of the stuff from their playbook. He is a sovereign citizen. It's important to note, sovereign citizens usually don't call themselves sovereign citizens at this point. The label has become toxic, and they are aware of it, so they will still follow all of the sovereign citizen beliefs and be a sovereign citizen, but they will deny until their last breath, I'm not a sovereign citizen, I'm not a sovereign citizen, even though they are. You cannot let them get away with it. They are sovereign citizens.
Yeah, he was charged with driving unlicensed, unregistered, uninsured, and with someone else's plates on his car.
People are going to ask, like, why don't you just get a license?
Okay, so...
You know what I mean? Like,
I read too much law. That's probably why. I just like to question everything and challenge and test. And what I found is that once we start applying the rules, like everybody else does, like the barristers and the lawyers do, is that we start to have success.
There is absolutely no legitimacy to any of it. And that has been found by courts at every level and in every state in Australia and at every level and in every country in the world.
Before he was Dean of Law at Southern Cross University, David Heilpern was a magistrate in New South Wales. He remembers when he first encountered sovereign citizen or pseudo-law arguments in his courtroom.
A smattering of people came before me talking what I thought was an entirely different legal language, which was along the lines of, I am not that person, you must capitalise my name, you have no authority to sit there, you didn't take an oath, I have a right to a trial by jury, and sort of a mishmash of what we now know as sovereign citizen views, theories and approaches.
These groups are no longer an occasional administrative headache for courts. We've confirmed they are now a top concern within the judiciary today. A few weeks after we met John, we join him as he faces the Adelaide Magistrates Court.
John, good to see you again.
Yeah, likewise.
What's your charge?
Well, the charges are minor driving matters, just driving offences. This has been, for me, an investigation to be able to get all the evidence that I needed to show the collusion that's being used against the Australian people for propaganda of name-calling them something, whether it be sovereign citizen, so that they can deny them due process, procedural fairness and natural justice.
They're not denying you due process by accurately describing your legal bullshit. 30 seconds on the hype train.
I go in to watch.
Glad you could catch it too, Cherifim.
John tries to mount a common law defence that he was breaking the law out of necessity. And as evidence, he presents the declassified AFP briefing on sovereign citizens he showed me earlier. His arguments fail, and he's found guilty on all 5 counts.
How do you feel the judge found you guilty on all 5 counts?
It's a technical process, and this is what I can tell you right now.
It's a technical process.
Is that people are being disillusioned with. When they see people like me that really try their heart out to learn and do everything the right way, and they go, well, if you've got a guy like that that's trying to do it the right way, and it doesn't work, we might as well go in there and give them the pseudo-law arguments. As I say in law, you don't win or lose, you win or learn.
Okay, but you lost, so jot that down.
John is still waiting to be sentenced.
These are people who feel as though they've lost a
His
lot.
girlfriend needs to do better. Holy shit, I can't believe he has a girlfriend. Oh, God.
Or are at risk of losing it all.
And many of them are, because once they go down the rabbit hole of sovereign citizenship, you know, they may lose their licence, but they don't care. That doesn't apply to them, so they keep driving. So then it's drive while disqualified. And then they don't stop when the police tell them to stop. And that becomes a police chase. And then, so it just escalates. And the end result for many of them is prison. And they're going to fight that every step of the way.
Judge Fox, are you concerning treason against the King of England?
Threats to judicial officers from pseudo-law adherents are real and rising.
You are now charged, you are under arrest. You are trading in necromancy. You are in treason.
The necromancy thing seems to be a big talking point amongst Australian sovereign citizens. I've only ever seen that brought up with this gentleman and Chloe from the beginning of this documentary, who we've seen before. I understand the thought process from within the belief system. So they believe that the straw man is a dead entity. So presumably when they say necromancy, they're using it to describe the process of the judge treating their straw man or dead entity as though it is alive, performing necromancy, bringing something dead to life. I'm assuming as the imagery that they are trying to evoke. It's quite silly though. And doesn't help them for pretty obvious reasons, but it does sound pretty funny, so I'll give him that.
Man, Derek Ballog, has a history of intimidating courts. He sells advice to people in expensive online classes, claiming great success in getting people off charges.
Can I get someone to count how many sheriffs are here, because they will all be putting our affidavit to the federal police?
2, 4, 6.
I've got one sheriff's badge number. Can we have every sheriff's
7,
badge?
8.
Judges, including David Heilpern, have been the target of death threats.
Yes, threats against me, threats against lawyers, threats against police. There was a person who regularly appeared before me in a court charged with a whole range of offences, and he had been mounting sovereign citizen arguments, which I had been dismissing and convicting him. And then he bailed himself up in a house, indicated that he was going to kill anyone who came for him, and kill the judicial officers, not just me, but others who'd been involved in his case. That means increased protection at your homes. Your family have to be alerted. There's increased security measures in the courts. Those things take a toll on you as a judicial officer and as a person, as a parent.
These kinds of threats have the capacity to become violent.
They're saying that their laws and their rules and their orders override the legitimate ones. And that is a step towards what we've seen, which is violence.
The US has seen a cascade of violent incidents involving sovereign citizens, like the
This is the incident that the movie Sovereign was based on. Nick Offerman plays the dad, and yeah, the kid gets out and shoots the cops.
shooting of 2 police officers during a traffic stop in Arkansas in 2010. The heavily armed assault on a courthouse in Georgia in 2014. And just last year, 5 shootouts with police, including at 2 traffic stops.
Hey, Patrick. This is the last chance to come out, Patrick. You've got a felony warrant for your arrest, a bunch of other warrants. Oh, there you go.
I've been tracking sovereign citizens' interactions with police and also sovereign citizens who have engaged in violence.
Dr. Christine Sarteski is a professor of criminology who's been recording these incidents for years internationally.
I have currently...
That sounds like a really interesting area of research. I should look her up and see what she's published.
In terms of the violence database, over 600...
Hold on, let me take a picture of this so I can look her up later and read some of her stuff. Perfect.
Cases where they have engaged in violence, and approximately 140 of them are involved in murder cases. And, you know, there's been I think a notion that sovereigns are rarely violent. I think that I've heard that repeatedly, that they are primarily paper terrorists. And so I wanted to track some of their behavior and crimes to see, is that true? Are they primarily paper terrorists? And while it is still early in the data collection process, it does seem that they do engage in quite a bit of violence activity.
I guess it depends on what you mean. She's the researcher, so obviously I would defer to whatever she has to say about it, because she is the PhD, and I'm not. But I would say the majority of sovereign citizens do not engage in violence, but their propensity for violence towards legal authorities is probably higher than that of the general public, but that does not inherently mean that any sovereign citizen that you deal with you should treat or assume is going to engage in violence. But I would not be surprised if, again, like, the per capita likelihood of violence is higher. But, whatever.
And it's happened here, too. Wiambilla is a rural town west of Brisbane. In late 2022, it was the scene of a deadly shooting and marked a turning point in Australia's understanding of domestic extremism.
He shot Rachel, I believe. I think she's dead. They're coming, they're shooting. The other 2 officers. Fuck. You good? Fuck. I think I'm being shot. Fuck.
2 police officers and a neighbour were murdered in a premeditated ambush by Gareth, Nathaniel and Stacey Train, who adhered to a Christian extremist ideology. The attack bore the hallmarks of sovereign style.
Can I, by the way, hearing the term Christian extremism on the news as an American is incredible. I have never heard the term Christian extremist on any news program in America ever. Even when it accurately describes the crime. Kind of fucking incredible to hear.
Paranoia, distrust of state authority, rejection of legal legitimacy, and the belief that violence was justified in resisting tyranny. Some of the people we spoke to for this story described the trains almost like martyrs for the freedom movement.
After the shooting, Queensland Police and ASIO said the Train family were not sovereign citizens. It highlights a problem with trying to divide people into narrow groups when they seem to be part of one common cause. If authorities fail to recognise a broader definition of anti-government extremism, they could miss the true extent of this evolving movement. People that we've spoken to are really trying to distance themselves from the sovereign citizen label.
I have seen that as well, the shift away from the term sovereign citizen, and I think it's primarily because there is a belief among many sovereign citizens that their governments have labeled them as terrorists, and they do not wish to be seen as a terrorist. They don't regard themselves as such.
Is it a rebranding, or do you think it's a genuine shift in their ideology?
It's a rebranding.
I think it's an attempt at a rebrand, but if you listen to what they say, everything is what they've always said.
Northwest Tasmania is a known hotbed of anti-government views. Here, people are forcing their agendas on local councils. And many of the people we're speaking to say this man is a key figure in implementing the strategy, Shane Allison, known as Kush.
How are you, Kush? Hi. Good to meet you. You too, Josh.
So this is sort of where it all started. My grandmother lived up there on the corner of Bells Parade. And
Kush's views range from opposition to wind farms and vaccines to conspiracy theories that politicians traffic children and Jewish bankers control the world. He rejects the term sovereign citizen.
It's a total oxymoron.
Yeah, I hate when they say that. It is an oxymoron. That's correct. So is your ideology is oxymoronic. That's why it's an apt label. That's the point. It's not a bug that the term sovereign citizen is oxymoronic. It's helpful in describing the paradoxical nature of the belief. You are correct, you stupid old fuck.
Same as conspiracy theorist. And it's just branding people names, you know. You get people, I deal with people that call themselves activists. Why do you want to be branded anything?
But there is an umbrella of frustrations that these community members all feel together.
Umbrella's probably a good word rather than a bracket. And yeah, they all feel disjointed, not getting, just being respected for coming in as a community meeting.
Kush believes the best way to challenge the government is with grassroots action in local councils. He's a former councillor himself.
You can enact a lot of changes if you have a fair council and proper debate, and people are voting on their community to start with, and then their region, and then their state, rather than voting for an idealism of a government or an opposition or a party, or what the government's agenda is trying to be pushed.
What about the councillors that say they feel threatened when people come into these council meetings in big numbers?
If you're not answering the questions and you get gaslit while you're in there, yes, people get angry. This is where I grew up, all around here.
Kush's main goal appears to be greater scrutiny of all local council decisions. This campaign is placing a major burden on them. Earlier this year,
so much of Australia, and obviously, I'm not talking about the outback and stuff, but certain areas of Australia that I see really remind me of the Midwest. Like this, I'm not joking. Like this whole area kind of just looks like a Midwest town, kind of in the middle of nowhere. Looks like a nice place.
Earlier this year...
Like, even, like, the buildings and stuff are very Midwest coded. Like, I don't know how to... Like this, if you told me this was just somewhere in Michigan, I'd be like, yep, looks like it. I don't know.
Earlier this year, Kentish Council held a vote on a motion claiming COVID vaccines are contaminated. Cush and his supporters backed it, and it passed 22-12. The mayor told us councils don't have the authority to decide on anything to do with vaccines. Cush rejects that. He believes the people had spoken and organised a protest at a Kentish
Oh, that guy looks a lot like Kane Hodder. Hold on. This is Kane Hodder. This is that guy. Am I crazy? Look at this man. He's basically Kane Hodder, but Australian. What the fuck?
council meeting.
Kane Hodder played Jason.
What they say goes. They don't listen to the people at all.
We've got to make it, before they shut the back door as well.
Round the back door. Hey, we can't get in the front door. We'll have to go round the back.
Quick, so they don't.
As residents arrive, councillors appear uneasy. Two of the residents turn up despite being banned for what the council says is unacceptable behaviour. The police are called. And they're asked to leave.
This is the very person.
Thank you, please leave.
I don't want to do it.
Please leave.
No, let's go.
I need you to get into your car and leave the property.
Let's go to your car.
Andrew, go to your car.
Cush's strategy is part of an organised effort spreading across the country. In Victoria, sovereign citizen-linked groups have bombarded local government with so many petitions and protests, they've had to cancel events and ban the public from meetings. In Western Australia, intense lobbying has pushed more than a dozen cities and rural councils to consider opposing COVID rules. And in New South Wales and Queensland, one group even walked into council and police stations declaring they no longer held any jurisdiction.
In Western Australia, I've come to meet a group that takes commitment to people power to a new level.
I'm on board. How are you? I'm Alan. How are you?
The Sovereign People's Assembly of Western Australia is a self-declared common law group that has set up its own court.
Oh.
It's even appointed its own common law sheriffs to enforce their judgments.
That's... Oh, no, that doesn't mean anything. You gonna go kidnap people? You're not the cops. Oh, Jesus.
For the first time, they've agreed to speak to the mainstream media.
It's full time for some of us, all day, every day, 7 days a week, fielding lots of phone calls, lots of emails, queries from all over Australia, all over the world now as well.
This is from the Federal Court of Australia. They're breaking their own rules. So that's why people are coming to us, because they want remedy.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
At what point does this technically become a rebellion? It's a good question. I've had similar thoughts, because at what point does it just become sedition, right? At what point is it... I gotta imagine violence is when it becomes that? I really don't know. I don't think there's a clear-cut line other than that, right? I don't know.
This common law court is now in session.
They held their first common law court case in 2022. On trial were the people who imposed the mandates during COVID.
Has the jury reached a verdict on all charges?
Yes.
Their jury finds the then Prime Minister Scott Morrison and all the state premiers guilty of multiple crimes.
On the charge of violation of the Nuremberg Code, how does the jury
Mock trial with Judge Reinhold. Mock trial with Judge Reinhold.
find the defendants?
Guilty.
On the charge of genocide?
Guilty.
On the charge of human trafficking?
Look at how giddy she is doing this little fake trial.
Guilty on the charges of human trafficking.
That's how you know it's a legitimate and unbiased court, is when the decision comes down, everybody, including the judges, clap. Human beings are the scariest animals on Earth.
After a really good lengthy discussion, the jury have agreed that with all the defendants on the charges of fraud, the remedy will start off with a minimum of 30 years for each defendant.
Duly noted. The people have decided. And that is it.
I'm keen to ask the adjudicator, Alan, about the court cases.
When the common law sheriffs sentence someone like the Prime Minister, is that just symbolic? Is it just for attention, or are you serious? Are you seriously sentencing them?
Well, they've come before a jury, and it is serious, yes. Yes, they've committed...
Okay, but it's not a jury because it's not a real court. So, no, that's not how any of this works.
crimes, so, you know...
It wasn't, and I don't know how the Australian system works, but I imagine it's similar to the United States because both derive from the UK's and the UK's derives from Rome's. So, I would imagine that they get a jury of their peers, randomly selected from the local area or whatever, similar to the United States. You didn't do that. You didn't randomly select from a group of peers. You had a bunch of ideologically driven political actors self-select to come be on your fake jury for your fake political show trial. You understand that that's the furthest thing from due process, right? That's terrible.
If you look at the recent COVID, one of our first major cases that we had was in a common law court with a full jury. And we heard the evidence.
You don't have a jury, sir. You have a mob. And there is a difference.
As set out, there's no judges or magistrates in there. There's just an adjudicator and the witnesses.
You know, it actually helps to have a judge because when matters of law come up, you need an impartial person to adjudicate and make decisions on those matters of law. That's the reason a judge is there, even in a jury trial. Apparently you don't know that.
Yes, when they're found guilty, they are found guilty of a charge and they could get a jail sentence or a fine. But once again, we can't impose that at this stage because the police won't recognise
at this stage
our court orders. The only tools we have is psychological.
And you don't have jails.
Sorry? And jails. Well, jails is another thing. I'm not going to, I don't think we can lock them up in our back garden somewhere. So, but, on these people, it's a psychological message to them. And they play games with the people, basically.
I promise they don't know about your crazy bullshit.
I care about you.
2 of their common law sheriffs were recently jailed for contempt of court. They're still rattled by the case. The sentencing judge described the group's ideology as extremely dangerous, adding that dangerous ideas breed dangerous people.
You've had 2 of your members wind up in jail.
Absolutely.
How did that feel?
Devastating. Absolutely devastating.
Did you feel jealous that your court is impotent, but that court can do things because they're a real court?
In the conversations I'm having, people keep raising their fears about being disarmed. It seems fueled by police revoking gun licenses from people with sovereign citizen beliefs. They fear the police want to disarm the people, so they...
Yeah, this is actually a thing that they're doing, by the way, in one of the states in Australia. I don't know which one. I think it's the one that Desi Freeman was in, though. They are taking away guns from known sovereign citizens. That is an actual thing.
They can control.
Because Australia doesn't have a Second Amendment, right? So they don't have, like, a constitutional right. Yeah, I think it's New South Wales. They don't have a constitutional right to own firearms. So yeah, they're taking away guns from sovereign citizens, which I think is probably a smart thing to do, to be honest.
Control them.
Who's got all the guns? And it's no time in history as a population been disarmed has there not been genocide. And this is what they're doing here now. And I mean, you know, talk about conspiracy. When we have all this information and we're presented to the authorities, I mean, we've asked for an audience with the commissioners, we've asked for an audience with politicians. They won't answer questions because they can't.
Then, Alan makes a call for more guns.
I know that, you know, as far as having a population that is sensible and armed and educated is a...
You're not sensible or educated. We're past that.
Good deterrent.
The problem saying that people should be sensible and armed is that everyone thinks they're sensible, especially crazy people. Crazy people think they have the most sense of anyone.
To not only its own government from enforcing things, but any foreign entity that wants to come into this country and like the United States, they think about you've got a ready-made army sitting there ready to go that could potentially be difficult for an invader.
So, Luke, how long have you been involved?
He thinks the United States is going to invade Australia?
In this.
After speaking with several members, it's clear Crown Leith Masters is the spiritual guru of the Sovereign People's Assembly of Western Australia.
Lee, are you a sovereign citizen?
I am a sovereign citizen, and everyone is a sovereign citizen. And that is worth knowing about because the media love to put it out there as a spin that sovereign citizen is some kind of cult, something to be frightened of, or some radical movement. It is not that at all. It is simply the architecture between law and legal. So if we look at our diagram, the sovereign lives here in the living, in law, evidenced by the...
Oh, she made a chart!
Breath. That is the ultimate evidence of living breath.
What is the Great Awakening?
It is the movement out of one age of 2,000 years called the Age of Pisces, where we were in guardianship, into the new age, the Age of Aquarius, which is a time of humanitarianism.
Am I crazy, or are all of these people always saying we're moving into the Age of Aquarius? Have they not been saying we're moving into the Age of Aquarius since, like, the 1960s? Is it still not the Age of Aquarius yet? Anyway, Lennon Cat says, to be fair, the administration might see an Australian comedian be mean to the president and argue they need to liberate Australia.
Where we are totally poised to ensure that all of humanity is looked after equitably. That is the Great Awakening.
That sounds interesting, but what does it mean?
Well, I've just been explaining it to you. As we move out of a legal system where we've been put into guardianship, where we can't be seen and we can't be heard, and then we move back into law where we are seen and we are heard, and all of the industries that have been created by the use of our resources, including the government, which is our public servant. It loves to put the word authority on all of its and on the end of all of its departments. It's not the authority, it's the public servant. We're the authority, the people are the authority working in law.
Do you have trust in any mainstream institutions like hospitals, schools, or the health system?
Yeah, absolutely. But we have to recognise that what has been happened, now this is a key factor, in that all of those institutions are managed by our inherent right to resources, which are stored in what is called Cesta KV trusts.
Oh, that's the same thing the guy earlier, Don Kalam, was trying to talk about. He pronounced it Cesti KV trusts. But yeah, SESTI KV trusts are the thing where sovereign citizens think that every person has a secret trust account that the government opened when they were born that has some amount of money in it, between millions and billions of dollars.
Now, SESTA KV trust is something that means...
These people sure want socialism? No, see, socialism comes with responsibilities as well as rights. They don't want any responsibilities.
We will look after your...
They just want free shit.
...resources whilst you are lost. And where we are lost is in the Holy See. And why in the Holy See? Because this is all Vatican constructs. We've been under the guardianship of the Vatican. So whilst we're lost, allegedly, they get to monetize our energy and the planet through things like the birth certificate and modes of currency, like the US dollar, for example.
When the Assembly's court or grand jury makes a judgment, it falls to the sheriffs to serve these orders to the parties. Today, they're serving the Western Australian Land Titles Office, Landgate, with documents relating to mortgages held by farmers.
How often do you go about serving people?
We've been doing a lot of serving this year. We've put together what we call bundles, which are bundles of documents which have been written by Crown Executive orders and all the grand jury orders which are applicable to, in this case, or Donna can explain about the
farmers we've got.
Yeah.
Brought evidence to the grand jury. We've had up to 40 or 50 jurors vote unanimously on these orders around Australia. Yeah.
Now, what outcomes do you hope to achieve?
Farmers get their farms back.
So what happened?
The assistant to the registrar come down and spoke to us for a while, and they are going to lodge the documents, not put them on the title, which we would like, but yeah, just...
I did see Dogma's getting a 4K release from Umbrella. Umbrella's great. Umbrella put out, hold on. Yeah, Umbrella put out some of my favorite box sets. We got Good Night Mommy, which is a pretty great movie. Les Yeux Sans Visage, Eyes Without a Face, really great classic 60s French film. And the Full Moon Fright box, which has Demonic Toys, Dollman, Dollman versus Demonic Toys, and Demonic Toys 2. Really good stuff. They're an Australian company. Would recommend, for sure. They also put out some new Extremity collections that are pretty good. Black's Law Dictionary request. Let me see. Well, glad to have you here, Common Communalist. Rick M. wants me to look up page 44, definition 3. And I will do so. Page 44... Definition 3. Bad actor, an actor who is shown or perceived to have engaged in illegal, impermissible, or unconscionable conduct. A presumption that a person is a bad actor may be created by an adverse inference instruction. We did it. Stone Corbell, thanks for gifting a sub to Common Communalist.
Taking them and accepting them and having them lodged and put on file, I think it's a good win.
Yeah. This is happening all over the country?
It is, yes. Yeah.
The sheriffs we are the guardians of the law. We are always coming in peace. We are always in peace.
So how do you feel then when you get labelled as a domestic terrorist? Because, you know, that label comes from somewhere. Like it is.
FBI in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they do that because there have been radical instances where violence has occurred.
Well, it's just what we call the spin. It's like the sovereign citizen. It's out there to try and discredit us, but at the end of the day...
What's the French film where the knight plays chess with death? The Seventh Seal. Is that French? Because that's an Ingmar Bergman film. And I'm not sure, were they French? I thought they were, I don't think they were French. I think that's European, yes, but not French. Swedish, I believe. Yes, thank you. Yeah, that's the Seventh Seal.
Law is the superior jurisdiction, and that is going to win out eventually.
We asked Landgate about the documents they received. They said they found no legal merit in the 200-odd pages and don't intend to take any further action at this time. For some on the receiving end of pseudo-law judgments, the harm can feel very real.
How are you? Pleasure to meet you. Thanks for having me.
No worries.
Scott Murren lives in a state of constant readiness. He believes there's a risk he could lose his children to a sovereign citizen group.
I've had letters sent demanding I hand the children over.
The boy's mother became a sovereign citizen during COVID.
Yeah, custody battles are a hotbed for sovereign citizen recruitment. People who are dealing with CPS or similar agencies in their respective countries. Tons of sovereign citizens get radicalized because they're dealing with some sort of custody issue, and all of a sudden there's this group of people there claiming they have answers, secret answers that'll solve all their problems.
I had one letter sent to say that I had to take my children to a isolated rural property somewhere in Gympie, I think in Queensland, and hand them over and face...
Death from the Seventh Seal was played by Sir Ian McKellen in Last Action Hero. That he was. Last Action Hero's a fun movie, but I wish they'd done a little more with that ending. Like, they bring out, you know, the Grim Reaper from the screen with the magic ticket or whatever. They could have brought some more characters out. I don't know. Maybe I'm just asking too much, but I think he could have gotten, like, you know, the guy from the Seventh Seal. You could have gotten, I don't know, a dinosaur. You could have gotten some sci-fi thing. Play with the genre mix up a little more. I don't know.
A law court up there in which I was looking at life in prison and hard labour. I don't know how they're going to make that happen. I've had threats that their law enforcement officers, spelt L-O-R-E, or their sheriffs, would come and take the kids and return them to their mother.
In 2021, Scott's ex took the boys to a protest in Canberra where the old Parliament House doors were set on fire.
It was sickening to see two young boys at the front doors of Old Parliament House. You know, kids shouldn't be present at any of that.
What kind of steps have you taken to protect your kids?
Lots. I've got friends that regularly patrol past our house day and night. Of any suspicious vehicles or persons around, I'm made aware pretty quickly. I've installed CCTV cameras. I've had to put trackers on my youngest son. So the two dots there show the boys still at school. I'll get a phone call from Tyler at the moment he gets on the bus or just before. Once I know they're on the bus, I'll track them all the way until I get here. It's generally about 50.
How horrifying having to live with the specter of your, like, ex trying to kidnap your children constantly.
20 minutes.
Scary.
I need your most senior on duty.
Scott's ex is Helen Delaney.
Oh!
A video of her being stopped by police in her car went viral in 2023.
Yeah, I think we covered this one.
You don't have any jurisdiction on this land.
Yep. I remember that window break.
You're under arrest. You're a freak. Yep. Man, I would love to just get you one-on-one.
Last year, Helen was arrested for breaching an AVO and stalking.
You made pumpkin soup. I hope it's delicious. I love pumpkin stuff. Last night at the charcuterie party, someone made pumpkin spice cookies with chocolate chips in them. So it was like chocolate chip cookies, but the dough was like pumpkin spice. Oh, so good. So good. I'm not doing a bit either. Like, I'm just a basic bitch. I genuinely just think pumpkin spice flavored shit is the best.
You will be personally, privately, and civilly liable. Do you understand that? I have a private link schedule here, and you're trafficking me. And you'll understand that you're under arrest? No, I'm not under arrest. You're kidnapping me. All right. And I'm telling you, I'm not in your jurisdiction. Okay. You're foreign to me.
She spent several months in jail. It provided only a brief reprieve for Scott from the group's activities.
This term keeps coming up, paper terrorism. What does it mean in your experience?
In my experience, once they get hold of your home address, your email, they bombard you. Some of the emails can be 50 pages long. It's gobbledygook, nonsense to me, but it's constant. You get that. If a police officer's involved in the case and they manage to get his email, then he'll get the same. It happened to my lawyers. It happened to all of the judges and registrars in the federal court that were involved in our case. And it's relentless. It doesn't stop. Yeah.
Are school buses in Australia just buses?
See them walking
like a normal bus?
Down the street.
Like it looks like a... It just looks like a... What do you call them? Looks like a city bus, or even the kind of bus you like rent with like a group. That's what a school bus looks like in Australia? That's funny. Yeah, charter bus. That's the word I'm thinking of.
I can see them walking down the street.
G'day, how you doing, mate? I'm Mahmood. Pleasure to meet you.
The classic yellow school bus is only in the US? How strange.
So tell me about this.
It's just our little koi pond.
Why koi?
Just the...
Seems like you need a lot of buses for that every morning. Like, that's a lot of, like, nice charter buses to use.
On them, I guess, and they're sort of peaceful to be around and watch and stuff.
Scott's son Tyler has had to find ways to cope with what's happened.
Does it help you kind of de-stress or decompress?
Definitely, yeah. Just to come out here for that, even just the 10 minutes and feed them and take in their surroundings and the movements and stuff. Because they're a freshwater fish, they have no predatory species.
This growing wave of anger aimed at our institutions is quietly spreading in communities across Australia. The broad ideologies of these groups are hard to classify, making it difficult for the authorities to measure their true impact. As these groups grow increasingly frustrated by a system they feel alienated from, and as their tactics against councils and courts fail, the risk of violence increases.
Once you start feeling angry and you start saying we can pick and choose which laws we obey, well, I'm going to keep some guns in the back garden. I'm going to start making threats to people. Why would I obey those sort of laws? And so we get some really dangerous threats. We have seen violence. Internationally, we've seen murders. We've seen the Reichsbürger movement in Germany tried to mount a coup. They tried to overthrow the government. Like, this is really violent. So we have to be really careful about this.
Are we dealing with ideology here, or is it something closer to faith?
Myself, I think it really is akin to a cult. It's a complete delusion and an exception of the reality that the rest of us in society accept. And once people go down that rabbit hole, it seems very, very hard for them to get out.
That was interesting. We see so many American sovereign citizens. It's nice to see sort of a top-down look at the Australian movement, you know? We've seen individuals, but it's interesting to see sort of an entire cross-section of what's going on in Australia with their sovereign citizen issues, so... Anyway, I think we're done for the day. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out for another Sovereign Citizen Saturday. I really appreciate you and all your viewership. I will be back tomorrow to do meme stocks. We're going to be checking in, I think, mostly on Marantz, because he's been doing very badly since he lost his job at Costco. He openly started advocating JQ conspiracies. He's not doing well. Marantz is not doing well, so we're going to be covering that tomorrow. I'm not taking Columbus Day off. Is tomorrow Columbus Day? Yeah, I don't celebrate Columbus Day. How about Indigenous Peoples Day? Anyway, let's see who we're going to raid on Twitch. I will be back tomorrow. Let's see who we're going to raid. Boom, boo doo 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 doo.
It killed the individual. It killed his family, mothers.
All right. Have a good night, everyone. Ooh, Columbo Day. I'd celebrate that. You'd think the day's over, and then it would say, one more thing. All right. Have a good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.